San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Cowboys' time at Oxnard has come to a close. They wrapped things up this morning and are headed back to Frisco. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer did announce the plan for Saturday's game against the Baltimore Ravens. Once again, Joe Milton will be the Cowboys' starting quarterback, while first-round pick right guard Tyler Booker will play after not playing in the preseason opener. And the Houston Texans officially placed tight ends Brevin Jordan and Dalton Keene on injured reserve.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz on a Thursday, and we are live at Ratama Park. Clubhouse 95 is where we are. Always a great place to be on a Thursday, or any day for that matter. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and well, we're happy that you stopped along with us as well.
And we'd be even happier if you stopped along with us later this afternoon here at Ratama Park. Last weekend of Lime Quarter Horse Racing for the season. And Saturday night, one of Joe Reinagel's favorite events.
Wieners.
Weenie Dog Racing.
Weenie Dog. Dude, how much fun is that going to be, watching those little weenie dogs run around?
You can't ride them.
You can, well, I know, but I'm just saying, you watch those little things just out there going, the little legs are spinning around. That'd be a lot of fun. I mean, those things don't get too high off the ground, do they? Here we go.
You're going to do those signs. We need to get, I'm sure Ratama will let you come out here and do the play-by-play just with your bad Police Academy type sound effects.
You know, I think that's a great idea. I'll have to negotiate that before we leave here today.
I mean, we could probably make that happen.
I bet we could.
You know, it wasn't that long ago they wanted us to ride camels as a part of their camel racing. And our boss, of all things, said no because of liability issues. They were worried Reinagel would get hurt on a camel.
You know, I don't know. That's weird because I remember back in the days of Kins 5, we'd go to, I don't know, I can't remember where it was, Castroville or somewhere, and play basketball on donkeys.
What?
Yes. They had donkey basketball games.
That's a whole new meaning to the Kins 5 tube trotters, is it not?
I'm going to tell you what, those damn donkeys, you know what they like to do, Minix? They'll be running down, all of a sudden they put on the brakes, and you go right over the top.
Is there video of you going over the top of some ass?
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. Back in the old archives at Kins TV.
Marcus, you've got to find that video. Why is this the first I am hearing of this?
Well, because we're talking about weenie dogs, and that leads into hump day, and then that leads into donkeys.
Okay.
And it all fits. It all pencils in itself. So that was a lot of fun, but you just never know what the hell those donkeys were going to do. That's why they're donkeys.
I mean, you don't know what the weenie dogs are going to do either on their races.
That's very true. That is very true.
I mean, I mean, the weenie dog races are a lot of fun. All right. But you have no idea. You know, and it's a lot more, I think, entertaining than like the baby races they do at a basketball game on the court. Although, did you see that race the other day where this baby took its first steps? It was crawling and it just got up and started walking.
Oh, wow.
According to mom, that was the kid's first steps.
That's pretty cool.
I appreciate the competitive nature. Some coach was offering that kid a deal right then.
As he should
You're
have.
a competitor. Let's go.
Get on the court and you make things happen. That's what he was saying. Or she, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you know, that's cool. I bet the parents were pretty happy about that.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
I guess.
I mean,
now that kid's going to be walking around getting into everything.
Well, that's, you know, because you've got 48 grandkids.
And we're getting there, baby. We are getting there, yes.
You know, my niece will have her first in October. And you know, and Erica's at the age where a lot of her friends are starting to have kids. Thankfully, not mine yet. But they can't wait until they can go do stuff. And I'm like, you don't understand.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. You can't wait till they're like real people and whatnot. But I remember when Erica first started to roll and crawl. And the chase is on after that. Once they become mobile, your life is over. Because I remember with Erica, she was in the living room. I went to the bathroom. I was in there for, 10 or 15 minutes. Come back, and I couldn't find her.
She's gone.
And I was like, did I put her in her crib? Went and checked her crib. She wasn't there. And then the frantic starts setting in, like, how do I call her mother and say I've lost the child? Because then it was like, did I pick her up from daycare? And she was in the dining room.
Yeah.
She had rolled all the way from the living room into the dining room.
Well, they think that's funny.
Well, she had no idea where she was going. But if she didn't make noise, I'd still be looking for her.
I'm convinced they know what they're doing. These babies are smarter than that. I'm going to screw with dad. Watch this.
Yes.
I'm convinced, man. Babies, they know a lot more than we give them credit for. They're evil sometimes.
Are they?
They are.
Are we talking about babies?
Babies, yes.
Or city council?
That too.
They're smarter than we think.
Well, I don't know about that. I was talking about babies there. The evil part, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the weenie dogs, though, dude. That's a lot of fun. That is a lot of fun. I think Maggie and I we're going to have to make a trip out here Saturday night.
It's certainly a possibility.
I think it is a possibility.
I mean, it's a lot of fun. I mean, you got the horse racing. It'll be the last Saturday night of horse racing, the bar area, excuse me, and Winnie dog races. And you can gamble on it.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you can gamble on it.
I'm sure you can. It's Ratama Park. That's what they do here.
Yes.
You get to gamble on stuff.
Legally.
It's
amazing.
It really is amazing.
Great
state. How cool it would be if you had Ratama Park, and then they had a section over there with slot machines, and then maybe another section over there with some blackjack tables.
There we go.
I mean, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. You're singing to the choir.
Another section over there where you could, place a bet on the Spurs or I don't know, a football game or baseball or whatever. I just think that'd be really cool.
It leads into an unfair question, but will we have legal gambling to where you could actually bet on the Spurs while they're still the San Antonio Spurs?
We can't give in to fear, Jason.
Well, we can't. Yes,
we can't do that.
And I tell you, our mayor, Gina Ortiz Jones, she's got her talking points down
big time.
I mean, she was on with David Chancellor this morning on News 4. Apparently, they have her every Thursday morning at 6:30 a.m. for Mornings with the Mayor. And, watching the clips of that today, same good questions, solid questions from David Chancellor, and the same talking point, robotic answer from the mayor. Same thing we heard when she was on KSAT, which reads almost like her op-ed piece that she wrote. The one thing about her, she's got her talking points down. And, it kind of reminded me of what I've said many times about when we used to interview Jason Garrett. It doesn't matter what question I ask. It's like he had index cards with answers on his desk. He would just pick one up and read it.
Yeah.
There is no conversation with this woman that I've seen. All her interviews are kind of cold and the same talking points. But we can't operate from a position of fear.
That's exactly right. And with that, I agree with her. But you can't operate from a position of reality. And that's different than fear, because the fear of a team leaving if they don't get a new stadium is reality. And so that's not from a place of fear. It's just not. Because let's just throw the scenario out there that this doesn't go through, this Project Marvel, and is stuck and spinning wheels, and then that lease runs out in 2032. What do you think the Spurs are going to do then? You think they're going to stick around in the Frost Bank Center?
No.
No, they're not, because by then, once that thing was dead and gone, and I'm talking about Project Marvel, Vegas is calling, Seattle is calling, I don't know, name another city that might be calling. And look, that's not from a place of fear. That's from a place of reality, and it's just business.
Hearing her this morning on News 4 talking about leverage, and the city has more leverage than, say, Oklahoma City did with the Thunder. I don't know that we do. And it's a business for the San Antonio Spurs, who have not made any threats towards leaving.
No, they haven't.
But we deal in reality. We know how this works in pro sports. Other cities will roll out the red carpet to get a team like the San Antonio Spurs. And I don't know that it would be Vegas, just because I think Vegas will get an expansion team just because of the $1 billion expansion fee that the NBA owners would get. But there are plenty of cities that would love to have an NBA team and would do what they can to acquire a team that would cost the Spurs a lot less money. And again, they are a business. And it just, the teamwork, work with them. You can get what you want. That's part of the negotiations. But it just feels so adversarial right now. And who wants to negotiate with somebody like that? That's what that, I mean, honestly, that's what it feels like. Like, all right, you don't want it, but you got to go through the process, and let's just make everybody uncomfortable. And again, there's tact. This is a lady in a leadership role that doesn't act like she has all the leadership qualities that you would want. You know, you see some of these CEOs and whatnot, and you're like, yeah, dude, you could go work for that guy. Or lady. She just comes across as cold, standoffish, and maybe because she knows the interview on KSAT and the one this morning was going to be about Project Marvel, and she's got to be on the defensive. Maybe she's a lovely lady. I don't know her. I've never talked to her. We've requested her to come on, but every interview that you see her doing that's kind of long form, she comes across as cold and non-conversational, and she speaks from talking points.
No, and she's got him down. Look, she's a politician, right? So you got to know what to say, and that's what she's doing. Again, it's not from a fear mongering. It's not that. It's just simply reality. And again, we keep pointing out Spurs have not mentioned that. In fact, they've said nothing about leaving. Their loyalty is to San Antonio, but again, they are a business. And businesses have to make hard decisions sometimes. And if you're getting an offer from over there that is a hell of a lot better than the one you're getting here, what are you going to do? Well, we love San Antonio, but you know what? We can make about $1 bazillion if we moved our franchise there. They're going to move. And then good luck. I mean, look at the city of Seattle. And that's a big city, big city. And they had a rabid fan base. And when the Sonics left for Oklahoma City, everybody thought, well, they'll get another team. Seattle will get another team. They still have not gotten another team. And I don't know how long now the Thunder have been in Oklahoma City, but the chances of a city like San Antonio getting another NBA franchise are slim and none. And Slim left town.
Well, especially if they just move up the road to Austin. Now, I can tell you, my wife is from Seattle. We've been married 30 years. So for 30 years, I've been following Seattle sports just to be able to talk to the in-laws. And while they had the Mariners and they've got the Seahawks and they have the Kraken now, losing the Sonics was so big and devastating to that community while they had other pro sports. Hell, I was in a bar in Seattle in July. Was it July I was up there? Yeah, or late June. And I go into this bar, and there is a wanted poster with David Stern's face on it. I think about how long it's been since he's passed or after he was no longer the commissioner. And you can still find Sonics gear in Seattle. The anger about them losing the Sonics is still there. I can find the photo and post it. It was kind of funny. You walk in, it's a wanted poster of David Stern. Like, even after he passed, they didn't take that down.
Well, of course not. They probably never will.
No.
And that was one of my favorite places to go. I'll be honest with you. That Key Arena was one of the loudest buildings I think I've ever gone into. And some of the playoff series that the Spurs had with the Sonics back in the day were just outstanding. So, look, again, it's not fear, not trying to scare anybody. But we do speak in reality because we've seen it happen elsewhere. And if you don't think it can happen here, then you're fooling yourself. And so I get what the mayor's doing, and I will respect the fact that she wants to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. That's good, and I'm glad that we have people like that. But you're not the king of San Antonio or the queen of San Antonio. You've got a city council that you have to work with. and business leaders who keep coming out over and over again talking about what a great deal this would be for the city and all of that above. We a lot of talk about this, obviously, because look, it's in the news. It's a big deal. The mayor is going out and wanting to state her case publicly. She went on KSAT yesterday, News 4 San Antonio today, and who knows? Ken's TV may be next, and then Fox. Again, we will tell you, we have invited the mayor on this program right here. We have invited her. She is welcome on this program. It would be an open debate. And I guarantee you we would treat her fairly if she would come on and give us some time and make her case here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We're having fun today, though. We're in Clubhouse 95. That is at Ratama Park. And they open up a little bit later. It's a little quiet in here right now, but that's okay. When they open up, you ought to come out and see us. Clubhouse 95. I think Minix even said he'd buy you a beer if you showed up. You did say that, right? I thought you did.
I still have your credit card for lunch.
Maybe I heard that. I don't know. Well, we'll get all that straight when we continue from Ratama Park. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. You know the best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds. 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online, mybestbailbonds.com.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday afternoon at 6. The Cowboys are back home from training camp for their second preseason game, taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Pre-game at 5. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Prescription products require completion of an online consultation with an independent healthcare provider and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Additional restrictions apply. See website for more details and safety information.
Is Cialis Daily really better than Viagra?
If you like spontaneity, the answer is yes. So when the mood strikes, you're ready to go.
I felt like a young man again. My wife is definitely much happier.
When you take it, you're ready to go.
Does Cialis Daily last longer than Viagra?
Guys are raving that their results last even longer.
My partner thinks that I am a rock star.
Because it is effective, I say I'm on a second honeymoon.
It's literally life-changing.
Does RexMD really work?
Over 85% of guys said not only does it work, they saw results the very first night. And you can get your first month free at freerexmd.com with medication delivered direct to your door. There's no copay, no doctor office visit, and your shipping is always free. Visit freerexmd.com to get your first month free. That's FREEREXMD.com.
You work hard to provide for yourself and your family, and that's why identity theft is so scary. Not only does it pose a threat to your financial well-being, everything you've worked so hard for, but it's also a danger to your family. Even children can be victims. It's not their money thieves go after, obviously, but their social security number. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Act now and save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia. puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. Your lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, just 8 days away from college football. We'll start breaking down the games, and we got a full weekend of NFL preseason and a huge UFC fight coming up. We'll talk about it all and plenty more. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Live at Ratama Park, Clubhouse 95. That's where Jason and I are this afternoon. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy to be back out at Ratama Park, the final weekend of live racing for the summertime here at Ratama Park. So make some plans to come out here and watch this thing. We've got this right here in our own backyard, and it is just a phenomenal place. Great time to come out here and to watch live racing. And I don't know, make a wager or two on somebody or some horse, that is.
Well, some horse. Well, there's somebody riding the horse. Maybe you have a favorite jockey. Maybe.
Well, maybe. I don't know. But it is a lot of fun to come out here and watch that. You got to make plans. And again, the Weenie Dog race on Saturday night here at Ratama Park. I can't wait to see that, man. I am looking forward to that.
What else does he love, Pledge?
Well, I love meatballs. Yeah, meatballs.
You like wieners and meatballs?
Sure.
Why
I love
not?
wieners. Well, I love meatballs. I don't know. I'm not sure where you two guys are going with this, but I'm just saying. Yeah, sure. Who doesn't like hot dogs and meatballs?
I love that camel.
And camels.
And camels, too. I like everybody.
Quick update is we produce on the fly, doing it live. Former Mayor Ron Nirenberg is texting. He will join us live here on the Blitz today in a little more than an hour at 3:35.
Outstanding.
Ron Nirenberg will join us to give his thoughts on what is going on and at the very least, clarify some of the misinformation that is out there.
Absolutely, because I guess he was still there when this whole process began. And so he's kind of at the beginning stages of this whole thing. So he can add some info that maybe we don't have or haven't heard just yet. Before we get into the Cowboys minutes, the Spurs schedule has been released.
Yep.
And we all knew that they were going to open up against the Mavericks in Dallas on October 22nd, but they'll go from Dallas to New Orleans to take on the Pelicans. So 2 road games to start the season off. They'll open the season at home against Brooklyn on a Sunday afternoon at 1:00, which is kind of cool.
Wait, when?
Sunday afternoon against Brooklyn, 1:00 tip. That is on October the 26th. They get back-to-back games. They'll play again on the 27th against Toronto, and then Miami on the 30th. So a little 3-game homestand to start the season. Head out to Phoenix and then L.A. What I find interesting, though, is I'm looking at this schedule, there are a lot of nationally televised games. Obviously, the opener against Dallas is ESPN. At the Lakers is ESPN. They've got a game on Prime on November 7th against Houston.
Well, I want to go back to October 26th with a 1:00 start. I'm guessing that's so they could broadcast it in France.
I have no idea.
The priority for me is going to be the Cowboys. They're at the Broncos.
Oh, my goodness.
That afternoon with a 3:35 kickoff.
Well, you'll have plenty of time.
Or 3:25,
right?
Yeah.
You go to the Spurs game, 1:00 tip, you're out of there almost.
And the Sunday night game that night is Packers-Steelers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, if Aaron's still around by that time, we'll see.
Well, you wonder why. That's going to be a massive, massive game. And because those are going to be the games on our radio station. So it's like, all right, I'm sure the Texans have a game that day, and Pledge might be able to tell you. But it's weird to start on a 1:00 Sunday afternoon for the San Antonio Spurs.
If my math is correct, the Spurs have 13 nationally televised games this year, and that doesn't include the Prime and the Peacock game. They've got a game on Peacock against New Orleans on December the 8th. And several Prime games. They've got, three Prime games that I can see here.
Well, I knew they had multiple games on Prime from meeting and seeing, not meeting, but she's an old friend, but now doing PR for Amazon. When we were out at Jerry's party, they were bringing Wemby in that weekend to record a bunch of promos for the NBA on Prime.
Interesting. So 5 games. They keep popping up there. So 5 games on Prime.
Well, somebody that isn't going to try to talk and read at the same time will do the math and then tell us where all the national TV games are.
Well, that's where they are, and that's 13 nationally televised games, and then those on Prime and Peacock. So interesting stuff, and I'm glad that popped out. But I'm with you there, and I didn't even think about that. Hey, home opener Sunday afternoon 1, but it's right smack dab in the middle of the NFL season.
Well, and you think about the Texans that day at home against the San Francisco 49ers.
How about that?
So,
wow.
Yeah, I'm not happy with a Sunday afternoon home opener for the San Antonio Spurs.
Well, I'm not sure why they're doing that, but they are.
I've got to guess that so it can be televised in France.
You think so?
In Prime.
Wow.
Well, they did that a couple of times.
Perhaps. Maybe that's it. Is there a Frenchie on the Brooklyn team or what?
It's about Wemby. But again, it's the international exposure for our city that all those national TV games provide, which helps tourism. Imagine the shots of the Riverwalk and, I don't know, construction on I-35 and, the different things that are going to be going on in the city, that kind of exposure that some people recognize and some apparently don't.
Art Garcia wraps this up perfectly on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Too bad you got to Uber from the Frost Bank area to a Cowboys bar to watch both games. Wouldn't it be cool if you could just walk out of the Frost Bank Center or the new Wemby Center and go to a Texas Live, for example, and watch the Cowboys-Broncos game?
Well, and that's it. I mean, and we wouldn't be able to do that this year anyway, but, those that are thinking ahead and have the idea of a cool vision of what we could have, so many arenas are set up just that way. Now, if I'm at the Frost Bank Center for that Sunday game, how much am I paying attention to the game, or am I in one of those bar areas hoping that they have the NFL games on? Because a lot of times they'll have the Spurs game on only. But, the other night at the concert I was at, they did have some baseball games and just sports on the TVs. But most of the time during a Spurs game, every TV is on the Spurs. So,
understandable.
I mean, but on an NFL Sunday, what are we going to turn on the game and see everybody watching their phones?
Probably.
Which we do now anyway. A lot of people are looking at their phones while at a game, but, most of them are making a bet. But, it's
Spurs shouldn't give a damn. As long as you bought a ticket to get in, you can do whatever you want once you're inside there, right? I mean, if you have you can do multiple things at once.
Yeah.
So, hey, buy a ticket. Spurs, they wouldn't care.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Let's go to the phones. Hey, Gary, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, I tell you, I got to calm down here because everybody knows that the mayor does not have the deciding vote on this. Now, there's a few things that the Spurs can do to really just close the book on this whole thing. They need to start winning some damn games, man. You got to win some games. They need to get out some positive commercials showing like maybe some AI renditions of what this Project Marvel is actually going to look like and everything down there. Because, they're just talking about, a lot of people are thinking about, okay, at the Frost Bank, y'all made all these promises and you didn't do anything. At least show us what it's going to look like with actual people walking around to these different venues doing that and the other. Because I'm going to tell you,
Gary, have you not seen the renderings of what Project Marvel could look like? The dome and the land bridge. You've seen all that, right?
I've seen static, designs. A picture. in this world of AI, man, you can come up with something showing people walking around, showing what it's going to look like with people actually moving around, doing stuff.
I love that idea.
You may not
That's a
believe
great idea.
that would really get people's attention because Las Vegas is San Antonio a 2.1. They got our same colors. They've got every team that we've had that goes there wins. Man, we don't want them going to Las Vegas. I got family in Las Vegas. I don't want Spurs going to Las Vegas.
We already lost the Silver Stars to Las Vegas. Come on.
Of all the cities, and you're right, appreciate it, Gary, and great idea.
Yes.
Somebody get on that.
I think that is a great idea. So people could actually see what it could be. I think that's a great idea. I haven't heard that idea before, and I think it's a good one.
Take us inside and show me what we're getting for $1.3 billion versus $900 million, right? They got a scratch and sniff billboard now in New York for a perfume. They can come up with this, right? So I use the technology that's available. And I imagine before the election in November for Bexar County, we'll probably get some ads, some commercials that feature that. I'd like to hope that kind of work is already done, even though we haven't seen it yet. But personally, and Vegas is easy because they're acquiring everything. I really don't think Vegas is the biggest threat for San Antonio for these Spurs, because there's been too many stories out there about how Vegas is going to be an expansion market just because of the buy-in fees, the amount of money that would be for a group of investors to come in and claim Las Vegas. That's just so much money in Las Vegas that I could see another city coming and for relocation, not expansion. Vegas just feels like it's an expansion market. Look at what they did in the NHL. They didn't move a team there. They expanded, and the expansion fee is insane. The NBA is going to follow that route. There are other cities that would be a concern of trying to go get an NBA team.
Nashville would be one that would come to mind.
Nashville, Austin is an easy one, but I don't even know Austin, to be honest. But Nashville, there are other cities that are trying to get an NBA team, and we're not the only NBA market that is worried about losing our team. Memphis is worried about their team, and where they could go. And you just look at the one pro franchise towns, and that's why Oklahoma City is seemingly so proactive. And I heard the mayor this morning on News 4 say, "Well, we're so different than them." No, we're not. We're really not when it comes to where can the NBA go and make the most money and get the most help from the community that they're going to.
Now, keep in mind, though, when you're talking about expansion versus moving a team there, San Antonio's already got a star made and in here. So that is attractive to any city, whether it's Las Vegas, Seattle, or Nashville, or wherever you want to say. I mean, Wemby would be the gold diamond in any kind of move like that. And I think that could make a big difference. Again, we're not living by fear or moving by fear, whatever the quote was. We're just in reality.
Absolutely.
That's all that it is right now. Cowboys have, they've packed up and left Oxnard. And so some details there. And Micah Parsons has got a new position in the locker room. What does that mean? We'll talk about it. The Blitz live from Clubhouse 95 here at Ratama Park on San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is calling all golfers. The Fall Golf Classic is back. Mark your calendars for Monday, September 29th, and lock in your spot for one of the most fun golf events of the year at the Olympia Hills Golf Club. For just $120 per player or $400 for a foursome, you'll get 18 holes of fun, friendly competition, and non-stop laps with your crew. But don't wait. Spots will sell out fast. And once they're gone, they're gone. This isn't your average uptight tournament. It's all about cutting loose, enjoying the day, and supporting a great cause. The Community Foundation of the Hill Country, presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Charm Club, and sponsored by Fly by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. And when the final putt drops, the party's just getting started. Head over to the Break Room Bar on Pat Booker Road for the official after party. Cold drinks, great food, and the perfect finish to a perfect day. Don't get left out. Grab your crew, grab your clubs, and get ready for a Monday you won't forget. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-7147. 800-575-7147. That's 800-575-7147 or simply visit TRA.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
George gets justice.
Summers are heating up in San Antonio, and so is the traffic. Highways are packed, and everyone's racing out of town until a car wreck ruins your summer. If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need to get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. George fights to get you every dollar you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Many of the successes you've had began with a great opportunity. Now, here's another one. Get started on your degree or certificate in San Antonio. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs, faster onboarding, and more from University of Maryland Global Campus. Get personalized local support services and take online or hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now you can upgrade to a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $399.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Want to see Dallas take on Atlanta at AT&T Stadium? AARP is hooking you up. I want winners. Just head to sasportstar.com and register to win a pair of tickets to the Cowboys' final preseason game, Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! It's your chance to catch America's team live before the regular season kicks off. I like this kind of party! From AARP and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Always great to be out of Ratama Park. That is where we are on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. That's Jason Minix, and we're at Clubhouse 95. Love coming out here. Final weekend of live racing for the summer season. And so if you've been meaning to come out here, wanted to come out here, this is your chance to come out to Ratama Park this weekend and have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Live racing this weekend, and Saturday night they have the Weenie Dog races. Always entertaining. Always entertaining.
The little legs are going and churning, and they're running and trying real hard.
Mm-hmm.
It is fantastic. Mm-hmm. That is true. A lot of talk about this Project Marvel, about Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones and her attitude towards this thing. A lot of people are taken aback by that. Some are saying, look, she's just looking out for the city. I don't know. How do you feel about it? It's interesting because it seems like there is a dividing line when it comes to this issue. You're on one side or you're on the other.
Well, and again, we're not going to change your mind one way or the other. I know that, you know that. But the argument on what are we actually doing and the information that is out there, all we want is real information. So, we had Mark White, District 10 City Councilman, on the other day. We've invited Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones on the show. She's busy. And I know they've got meetings going on. They might still be in meetings, but
could be.
Former Mayor Ron Nirenberg is going to join us at 3:35 today, in about an hour. He'll be on just to what is actually going on, what opinions, whatever. Give us the correct information. That's all we're trying to figure out at this point, because you hear and see so many different things. And 99% of us have no idea how all this actually does work, right? So we want to get the experts on this process started under Mayor Ron Nirenberg. So, and obviously he wants to see it finished because he was a part of the original vision, I assume, and let's keep it rocking and rolling. Michael wants to chime in as well at 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Michael, you're on the Blitz.
Thanks for taking my call, fellas. I have some thoughts jotted down about this that kind of brings us to the things that you all had been discussing with this so far. It's pretty cool you're getting former Mayor Ron on to give some context to the topic as well. But I personally think that the mayor is, in fact, working from a position of strategic advantage. And where I'm coming from with that is I think that they've probably looked at a couple of different things with what has been proposed out of this initial offer, both at the team and some of the developers and everything going on. But foremost, when you're talking about a lot of these markets of moving the teams to, currently what we're seeing happen in the United States at large, a lot of local municipalities are reporting shortfalls on budgets. Voters to their districts are starting to see that now. And really what that translates to is the will of the body policy of those areas in order to fund these projects. For instance, the Supersonics, if you go look at the history of that, kind of like Austin, there wasn't a political will from its voter base to fund a new arena or renovate the one that they currently have, which led to the exodus of the Supersonics. So it's kind of one of these things of, we want the team, but we don't want to pay for it. Seattle is a perfect example of that with that franchise. When we talk about the boogeyman Austin, I lived in Austin for 12 years. I would tell you, between the presidents of the University of Texas and what those voters generally prioritize in terms of tax bonds, they're more focused on a public transit system than they are a professional sports stadium. They have an MLS team up there right now. If you go look at the details of that deal, not a penny of public money went into building that stadium for that soccer team. It was fully privately financed. Otherwise, it never would have happened in Austin. That is just how it's.
Michael, I get that, but the way I understand this, and I think Ron Nirenberg can help clear a lot of this up, although as educated as I've become over the last several weeks on this, local tax dollars, local residents aren't going to pay any of this. This is all part of it from the hotel motel tax and the PFZ zone, which is money directed here from the state that can only be used for venues and projects like that. And if we don't use it here in San Antonio, that money gets used in other parts of the state, whether it be Austin or Lubbock or Dallas or San Angelo or hell, New Braunfels. But it's money earmarked from the state for projects like this, unlike in Oklahoma City, where they raised a sales tax to help with the financing there. This isn't going to cost local taxpayers any money from the city. The Bexar County part of the vote, that $311 million, is a raise on the hotel and rental car tax, correct?
Ultimately, yeah, sure. But at the same time, a lot of the funding where the argument would come is that money should be appropriated to other areas if we see shortfalls as we're currently seeing now.
But you're not, but the way I understand it, you can't use that money and redirect it for other projects. And I think that's where, and Ron Nirenberg will certainly clear this up, but I think that is where a lot of the misinformation is out there. We can't take this money and use it to help with the city's debt or to do a different project over here. It can only be used for venue projects.
Right. So, and ultimately my thought on the other side of this topic, unfortunately, we're kind of in a microcosm right now, and this Project Marvel, much like anything else, we're kind of a reflection of what we're seeing in our politics in our country at the national level, at the state level. Certainly our state's been in the news a lot of things. And it ultimately seems like, unlike former Mayor Ron, who I think had a better ability to compromise and work across different areas of different folks, is everyone seems to be racing to the bottom in order to bully and cowgirl, certain issues and topics. And I feel like what we're ultimately seeing in the state of our political culture in the country, the state level, and now at the local level, this is just another example of something that we're seeing where people are playing hardball, dare I say, the art of the deal. There's a lot of learned behaviors that are coming out from our elected officials on that topic. And ultimately, one thing I think, because I hope they work this out because I love the Spurs like everybody else does, one thing I think they really could be doing in this moment right now is driving how important the Spurs have been from a charitable perspective and a community perspective to the city of San Antonio, because I certainly look at the franchise, the San Antonio Spurs, to be remarkably different from, say, when I think of the Cleveland Browns, or I think of some of these other teams that essentially seem to be horribly run.
But Michael, I mean, when you look at that, and I appreciate the call and the insight, but I mean, I'm sure if you're in Cleveland and you live in that city, the Browns might break your heart every Sunday, but they're probably really good in the community. And you identify, if you're a Cleveland Brown fan, with the paper bag and going to the dog pound. I mean, everybody identifies with their hometown team and that passion that you just grow up with. That's why it always sucks when you see a team move. Do I think the Spurs will move? No. But why give them a reason to kick the tires and let somebody else come in and woo them?
Well, I don't know if they wouldn't. They've, again, haven't suggested that. But if there's no new place for them to play, if there's not a new arena, then what do you do? So, okay, we've got to do this thing, and we've got to revisit the Frost Bank Center and remodel that place. And that's going to cost money too, right? I mean, so you're going to have to, there's going to have to be money for something. And I don't think the Spurs are going to stay there. It's the worst arena in the NBA right now, as we speak. It's the worst.
It was a mistake, and I think most in charge recognize it was a mistake.
Well, I mean, it was kind of the worst when it was first built, to be totally honest with you. But look, to move this city forward, and not that the entire Project Marvel doesn't have to be done at once. You get this arena done, you start working on other things. And I can't wait to talk with former Mayor Ron Nirenberg about this, because I think he can shed some light on exactly what happens. The one concern I have, and Gina Ortiz mentioned this, not only in her interview with KSAT yesterday, but also I believe in her op-ed about a bond initiative that would have to be voted on next year. And if that's what we're talking about, it's my understanding that taxpayers would have to foot the bill for that.
Well, and again, so what seems to be the holdup now is what she is trying to delay is the term sheet that Eric Walsh in the majority of City Council by 7-4, as it sits today, to get the term sheet, which gives a lot of the details. She keeps saying, let's delay for this economic study. Mark White brought up this bond, which I didn't know about until he brought it up, and then she mentioned it, and that is down the road. I don't know if that's for the overall Project Marvel or just for the Spurs Arena part, because the whole project is one thing. The Spurs Arena part is a part of that, and that's what the Spurs have committed to putting money in for. I don't know if she's fighting a battle that isn't even on the field yet. You know what I mean? But that is something that in her seat, she has to consider all of Project Marvel. The Spurs are just trying to get, and the city council seems to be just trying to get the term sheet done before Bexar County votes in the November election for that part of it, which is $311 million.
Look, it's going to happen. I don't see any reason why that's not going to happen. The term sheet I'm talking about, that step is going to happen, and then we're going to move forward. I don't see any way in the world she can stop that from happening. They'll vote on that next week or the week after that. They'll get it done, and then we can continue to move on. She's out making her case, though, and however you feel about her, you got to respect that. She sure feels a certain way, and she's out making her case, and she's letting folks know how she feels. I don't think she's doing it in the best manner, possibly saying, well, if the Spurs leave, that's up to them. That's not necessarily a good way to put that, in my opinion. But look, it's going to be a fight, and we knew it was going to be a fight.
Sure.
None of these things are ever smooth sailing. Not it never has been. It never will be. And you got to take these things into consideration. But I'm glad that Ron Nirenberg is going to come on the show, because he can clear up, I think, a lot of the questions that certainly our listeners have, and people watching on San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, and you and I as well.
And again, to her, to the current mayor, our talking points aren't clear to me. And there's just straight talking points. Maybe if her messaging was a little bit different, a little bit clearer, you could say, okay, now I understand what you're saying. But she was asked, well, are you worried that the Spurs leave? Well, that's their decision. Almost matter-of-factly.
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't know. Hey, Will, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, Will.
You're on. I don't think you can hear us okay.
All right, that was a good call. Move on.
Yeah, try to call back if you can, Will, because we got some problems with you, I think. Yeah, he couldn't hear us, I don't think.
Sometimes you get nervous.
Yeah, sometimes you do, and that's
get
okay.
nervous. Or, sometimes you have to explain how radio works.
Get your thoughts together, and maybe you can try again.
But if you're listening on the radio and not your phone when you call in, you're 10 seconds off.
Right.
Because of the delay. So if you say a bad word, we can quote unquote dump you or dump the word. So sometimes, that's why sometimes you hear somebody call in their car and you get the feedback. So if you're on the phone, turn the radio down. The way he was reacting on the delay, I think he was trying to listen to the radio part and not his phone.
Well, some people like to listen to themselves. They want to hear how they sound on the radio.
Well, are you talking about you?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, sure. So I asked Shelton to turn my headset up so I can hear myself.
Well, absolutely.
I love our YouTube folks. I really do. San Antonio sports star Jacob Eric says he agrees with Will.
Yeah. I mean, that was a great call. I mean, sometimes you got to bring some humor in everything, and not making fun of you, Will, but that was solid.
Yeah, get your thoughts together, my friend, and maybe we'll come back to you at some point in time. Who knows?
Maybe.
I just don't know. All right, hey, let's take a break. And first, I got to tell you though, we're at Clubhouse 95, Ratama Park. We are live out here, and going to be live obviously till 6:00. And then they've got a nice swanky bar right here to my left, Minix, that has extremely cold beer. We found that out the last time we were here. And I would imagine we're probably going to stick around for a cold beer.
Probably?
Well, yeah,
Probably?
I know we are.
That's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty
Beer
safe
bet on that?
No, we'll stay.
Okay.
So you can come out and join us. I'm not sure whether they open here. I think at 4:00.
At 4.
4:00. So you can come out here to Clubhouse 95. It's on the top floor of Ratama Park out here. Come on out and have a beer with us and listen to the rest of the show live. We like having an audience besides Greg Shelton. So it's always a good thing to do that.
We like people that aren't paid to be here.
Right, exactly right. Because if he wasn't paid to be here, he damn sure wouldn't be here. Hey, how about that podcast last night that Taylor Swift was on, setting record after record after record? We are talking about it when we continue from Ratama Park, Clubhouse 95. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
You work hard to provide for yourself and your family, and that's why identity theft is so scary. Not only does it pose a threat to your financial well-being, everything you've worked so hard for, but it's also a danger to your family. Even children can be victims. It's not their money thieves go after, obviously, but their social security number. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Act now and save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Give me those sauces, grab the chicken strips, let's dunk them in there. There's nothing like it. Hey, I'm Joey. And I'm Josh. And we're team members at our local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing you'll love about the Chick-fil-A chicken strips is dipping them in our sauces. My sauce is the barbecue sauce. If you wanted to add sweet, tangy flavors, there's nothing like it. I love the garden herb ranch sauce, but if you want a little bit more kick on the spicy side, you can mix it with buffalo sauce. Dipping them in our sauces, it is perfection.
It's the summer of Chick-fil-A chicken strips and sauces. Order now on the Chick-fil-A app. Team members paid for their testimonials.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo. Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count. Because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now you can upgrade to a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $399.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
DQ presents The Sound of Happy. Hear that? That's the DQ chicken strip basket. Only $7.49 for a limited time. We're talking 4 100% white meat seasoned chicken strips served with fries, Texas toast, and DQ signature country gravy. Yeah, you heard that right. For crunch time in no time, it can only be the DQ chicken strip basket. Just $7.49 for a limited time. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Cowboys have wrapped up training camp out in Oxnard, California. They're headed back to the Star in Frisco. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer did announce the plan for Saturday's game against the Baltimore Ravens. Once again, Joe Milton will be the Cowboys starting quarterback, while first-round pick right guard Tyler Booker will play after not playing in the preseason opener. Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice will have a disciplinary hearing with the league on September 30th. He faces suspension.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a Thursday afternoon in San Antonio, we are sitting in a great spot. Clubhouse 95 here at Ratama Park. We are live. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix, and boy, it's a great place to be. Love being in this place, but it'd be nice once it opens and we have a little bit of an audience.
Yeah, the bar here opens in about an hour. Although, and then live racing, obviously, this weekend. Weenie races, the weenie dog races. Got to include dog. The weenie dog races coming up. But I've noticed that, while we're here, I keep seeing, like people walking by with like a lot of diapers and stuff. And I thought, man, they know Reinegel's here. Isn't that sweet of them?
That's a long way to the bathroom.
Well, because the bathroom is quite a walk.
It's a little walk, yeah.
Well, apparently one of the chefs is having a baby shower.
How about that?
So those Huggies are not for you.
Well, that's too bad because I could use them. They had a nice cake that just walked by, and Shelton almost snagged it.
Almost.
I mean, he tried. He was reaching for it.
You don't often see Shelton move fast, but if there's cake, there's movement.
No question about it. So, but it's a great place to be. And I tell you what, it's the last weekend of live racing at Ratama Park. So if you've been meaning to come out here or you've been coming, you need to come back and see the live racing. I love coming out to this place, and it's just it's a hidden gem right here in our own backyard.
Yeah. And again, you say it that way. If you don't come out here often, you go, hidden gem, why am I not here? Because you come here, you have a great time, and you come back.
Right.
And there is just always so much to do, and it's fun. Now, we all both like to gamble, so that's certainly a lot of fun.
That is a lot of fun.
And again, on Saturday, you got weenie dog races. And maybe there'll be leftover cake from the baby shower.
Well, we're hoping so. But you guys don't eat all the cake.
Yeah,
right?
Greg Shelton wants some cake.
They just kind of looked at it.
Yeah, lady walked by. She's got the little cake scoop thing.
Yeah. And I think she said something like SOL.
For Greg.
And for all of us.
Yeah, I don't know about all of us. Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
So did you watch Tay-Tay last night?
I did not. I didn't watch that. The wife and I went out to dinner, and so I didn't watch it. But I've seen some of the clips, at least the ones that have been released, but it lives forever, right? You can go watch it anytime you want.
Well, you can. I watched a lot of the clips that they were putting online.
Right.
And then I found an article headlined, "The 10 Best Moments from Taylor Swift on New Heights," because nobody has 2 hours of their life.
Exactly.
But I will say, I'm a fan. She is a real person.
Yeah.
And one of the things, not being a Swiftie until now, I suppose, is I didn't realize how private she keeps her private life. But all the Swifties and all the different things that were all over everybody's feed last night, not just mine, but there was so much that she was so comfortable in that setting, obviously, but shared so much about her life that she normally doesn't share. But the clips I saw, she seems likable. She seems like normal. And hell, at one point, one of the clips I saw, she's talking about how she didn't know anything about football, and now she can recognize cover 0 and cover 2. And I'm thinking, can you really?
Yeah, because you can't.
Because I know a lot of football fans that don't know what cover 2 means.
I think it's great, and yeah, maybe Travis in their the little bedroom talk, pillow talk. They're talking cover 2 and
Please don't say that.
Dude,
that could mean something completely different.
Well, it really could. But what I like about it, and look, you never know what happened to these big stars, especially somebody like Taylor Swift. She's been with, I don't know, a bunch of different guys from time to time. So I don't know how but they look like they're pretty happy together.
Well, I mean, she credits the New Heights podcast because that's kind of how they met. Travis went and saw her in concert. He was mesmerized. Understandable. Had the stones to actually put it out there that he was trying to meet her, and then she was giving him a bunch of crap like, dude, you were mad that you couldn't just get backstage at my show because you know the lady that runs the elevator. And he was like, well, that's kind of the deal. You come to Arrowhead, I get to go meet everybody. He couldn't meet her there, and so he went on the podcast and was talking about it. She thought it was bold and different, and they met, and there they go. And ironically, while there were rumors that they were dating, nobody really knew it. The first game she went to, she said, I walked through the front door. I didn't know what else to do or how to get in. It was different than when I played my show there, and nobody recognized her the first time she went there.
Wow.
Because it wasn't public yet that they were actually dating.
Right. Well, it's interesting. They look like they're very happy, and obviously she announced her new album that's coming out.
Oh, it was well planned. This wasn't
sure.
Right, I'm sleeping with you. Let's go on your show. Announcing the new record and when it's all going to come out and everything about it. But all the clips I saw, she's just so likable.
She is likable. She's just a regular person, it seems like. And obviously she's a very smart individual. I mean, she's a billionaire and she's done great things. And I've never seen her. I know you've seen her in concert, but she got 2.5 hours typically. And I mean,
her concerts are incredible.
Yeah, it's what I hear. It's just she puts on a hell of a show, and good for her. What I like, you talked about her knowing football. Well, she's a big Chiefs fan now, obviously.
Yes.
And she was very excited about one of their draft picks.
That I became like a person who was running through the halls of my house screaming, "We drafted Xavier Worthy!" And my friends are like, who body snatched you? What do you mean we drafted Xavier Worthy?
I forget where I was, but you were the first person to tell me that.
No, I was screeching. No, I was screeching. I couldn't believe it. I was freaking out. We're talking about like,
either. I'm like, wait, is she right? I had to look this up. I'm like, she get the wrong information here, but yeah, we traded up.
Yeah, we're talking about cover 2, cover 4, cover 0, man cover. We're talking. We're learning. I continue to learn.
Maybe somebody else that even knows what those coverages are.
Yeah, I'm not ready to be an analyst right now, but give me 16 months.
16 months because
and some executive at CBS and Fox said, really?
Yeah.
Really? Oh. Taylor Swift in the booth with Tom Brady.
Wow, that'd be a $1 billion team wouldn't it?
But what would the ratings be?
It'd be huge. It would be huge. Just put her in there, or maybe she should go on the Manning cast. That would be a lot of fun to watch.
That would be when the Chiefs aren't playing.
Well, sure,
but she communicates well, smart. Some of the business stuff she talked about. Pledge wants a Taylor Swift Tony Romo broadcast booth ASAP.
Tony Romo?
Yeah. CBS.
Oh, okay.
Jim Nantz.
Yeah. Hello, friends. It's a ticklish
He
little
also
bitch
knows
coming
there's
up.
a ticklish little bitch coming up.
Is that Tate?
Anything but. I mean, because sometimes you see celebrities of that kind of status and you just watch them and go, yeah, they don't seem all that likable at all or real or any of that. And I'm a fan.
Yeah, I am too. But I've been a Swiftie. Come on. You got to come around.
I'm a Swiftie.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. It's a crazy story. The Brewers have won their 12th in a row.
Uh-huh.
There's a burger place in Milwaukee that gives away free burgers if they win 12 in a row. And this is I understand it's the third time they've done it. Now, they put out a tweet after this happened last night saying, look, now, that doesn't mean we're giving burgers away right now. I said, we'll announce a day and a time. Some dude called 911 because he couldn't get a free burger from this place.
Dude, don't call 911 for that. But if you're doing a promotion like that, and I don't know, at 10 wins, don't you call up wherever you get your burgers, your bread and your meat from and say, you know what, this could happen. We need to double or triple or quadruple our order coming up. You can't have them win 12 and then say we're not ready for it, right? Because people are going to respond right away.
I'm sure people, as soon as that game ended, were lining up out there trying to get a free burger.
Sure.
But, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, from burgers to cookies.
Now, Minix, you or I don't have to worry about this at all. Cookies, yes. I was going somewhere else.
But that's why we go cookies.
Yeah, let's talk cookies first. Yeah, okay.
That's why we're going cookies. Let's stay on food because we'll never get to any other story after this,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
Shane Beamer, head football coach, his wife was on some Netflix cooking show, and people are blasting her for the cookies that she's made. And Beamer's like, dude, you can talk a lot of bad things about me, but don't talk about my wife's cookies. They're wonderful.
Well, yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, but everybody's a critic now, right?
Yeah.
So somebody said they looked a little too doughy, or they looked raw, or medium rare.
She didn't leave them in long enough.
Yeah. Well, maybe they ran out of time. It is TV. It's made for TV. You got to go by
It's Netflix. It ain't live.
Well, whatever. You still got time limits you got to go on, right? I would think. But so he took it a little personally. And took up for his wife, and I think that's a really good thing.
Well, and a lot of people that have had her cookies have defended her cookies as being great. So if Shane Beamer ever offers you a cookie, take it because it's probably going to be good.
I don't like real doughy cookies, though. I mean, if they're not cooked right, I might have to criticize them.
Do you like because they look to me like they were like Tiff's treats, right?
Oh, and those are good.
Those are good.
Yeah, those are really.
I mean, do you want the over?
But those are cooked.
He says they're not undercooked.
Now, Tiff's treats, though, they come hot.
Yes.
Okay, but once they cool off, they get hard. Just like a regular cookie.
Yes.
Which brings us to Pete Davidson.
Yes. That's a well-played seg. 3 years and you finally nailed one.
Pete Davidson was on a show called The Breakfast Club, and he's talking about how he got his feelings hurt because he's dated a few girls. And look, Pete Davidson, funny guy, but he's not the most attractive dude in the world. But apparently he's got a giant wang. Okay.
Yeah.
So at least that's what. So everybody was making fun of him. He says it hurt his feelings. And he said that was all he was known for. And it was kind of like he wasn't getting things because it was Pete Davidson, just the guy with the big schlong.
Well, I think those are called rich people problems.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, when you take out billboard ads and stuff, I mean, yeah,
And I don't
that's
want
me.
a big long thing down there.
I mean, but he was really serious about this, that it was like,
what a burden.
Yeah.
What a burden.
He said, so some girl, they asked him a question. He dated somebody, I can't remember who it was. He said he was out of his league. And he said, well, everybody's out of my league. And he said, it must be because you got big D energy.
Uh-huh.
And so, which
He
is
knows
what we
how
all
big he
say when you see,
swings. He's got a
when you
big
see some
swinger.
ugly dude with,
but you
with
have to,
a
but
good-looking
she's got to
chick.
know that one way or the other, right? Now, that's some built-in confidence to go talk to somebody like that, but you still, you know, it's not like you would know that without knowing that.
Well, I think it might help, in fact. I mean, if you're Pete Davidson and you see some, shiny girl walking up to you, it's
again, those are RPPs.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. So I don't know why he's upset by that.
Like I said, it's such a burden.
It must be.
I mean,
you poor guy.
Nobody just really gets to know Pete for Pete.
I feel sorry for you.
No, you don't.
No, I really don't.
The jealousy is dripping.
Well, because we don't have that issue. So
speak for yourself.
Well, I'm speaking for you. That's for sure. Hey, one other thing, real quick. Jerry World, they're making the final payment on that thing today.
Yeah.
It's completely paid off.
Paid off 10 years early.
And that's incredible. So they said the final payment was $22.5 million.
Yeah, Arlington's
Can you imagine that payment every month?
Well, I mean, but Arlington's going to make that payment on Friday, and then you can just kind of go from there. And then they'll take the rest of that money and apply it towards Globe Life Field.
They're saving $150 million by paying it off early.
Yeah.
Mayor Jones, get on the quick payoff plan. That'd be a good way to do it. So I just thought that was interesting. So Jerry World, now everything is gravy. It's just all money.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the city's part. Jerry's part has been gravy for a long time.
Well, and that's why he's Jerry Jones.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Yep.
Hey, don't forget Ron Nirenberg is going to join us at 3:35 today. We'll talk a little Project Marvel. Can't wait for that. In the meantime, though, the Cowboys have wrapped things up in Oxnard. They're headed back to Frisco, and Brian Schottenheimer tells us what's going to happen this weekend against the Baltimore Ravens. We'll do all of that when we continue here on the Blitz from Ratama Park, Clubhouse 95. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Want to see Dallas take on Atlanta at AT&T Stadium? AARP is hooking you up. I want winners. Just head to sasportstar.com and register to win a pair of tickets to the Cowboys' final preseason game, Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. Cowboys! It's your chance to catch America's team live before the regular season kicks off. I like this kind of party. From AARP and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with the Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now you can upgrade to a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $399.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
It's the last weekend of quarter horse racing season at Ratama Park. And every Saturday night, cheer on the Weenie Dogs as they race for big prizes. Enjoy terrace dining along with San Antonio's best sports bar, Clubhouse 95. With live music every Friday night. Nothing beats quarter horse racing when you get playpen rewards with every wager. This is the last weekend of quarter horse racing until next year. So don't miss live racing action at Ratama Park. For all the details, visit ratamapark.com. That's ratamapark.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but
I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million. Pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week. No point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now you can upgrade to a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $399.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, just 8 days away from college football. We'll start breaking down the games, and we got a full weekend of NFL preseason and a huge UFC fight coming up. We'll talk about it all and plenty more. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live at Ratama Park, Clubhouse 95. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Great day to be live at Ratama Park. Beautiful day. Clubhouse 95 just about to open their doors. So if you want to head this way, it would be a good time to do so. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minnick's here as well. And I love being here.
Absolutely. Again, big weekend at Ratama Park. Last weekend of quarter horse racing for the season. They got the big weenie dog races on Saturday. And I imagine all these TVs will have some horse racing from all over the place you can bet on. And they'll probably have some football on Saturday as well, because, you know, the Texans play early. The Cowboys play on Saturday night, and it will be Joe Milton, his game. I find that a little surprising that Brian Schottenheimer said that today. And what it tells me is they know what they have in Will Grier. They need to know what they have in Joe Milton.
Well, I suppose that's what it is, but I feel bad for Will Grier. I mean, the guy probably like to get on the field and play a little bit. But the theme, he said, Milton's going to start. Don't plan to use Will Grier, which tells us, obviously, Joe Milton is going to start and finish the game against the Baltimore Ravens.
What I find interesting there, because we do know Milton is a developmental quarterback. Are they trying to see if he could be QB2, or They already know what they have in Will Grier. He is QB2, and they just need Milton to get every rep possible and protect Will Grier to a degree, because I'm with you. If you're Will Grier, the only time you plan on playing is in the preseason.
That's it.
You practice all year, all the offseason stuff, man, at least be a preseason game, right? But, and like Shereen Williams told us the other day, Will Grier is QB2. Milton is going to be QB3 when the season rolls around. But the logic there, too, if Will Grier is QB2, and that's the thinking, doesn't he need some reps?
Yeah.
Because when that gets hurt, you want to make sure Will Grier has at least run some plays and heard Shoddy call him plays in his helmet at some point. Doesn't he need some live game reps?
Well, and you know what's interesting about that is I don't think Will Grier was expected to play last week either. The only reason he did is because Milton got dinged up a little bit.
Yeah.
So it is kind of interesting. But look, I don't blame Schottenheimer, the Cowboys, for doing that, because you're right. I mean, if this kid is maybe the next, who knows, or if he is a guy that they believe they can work with and develop, as you mentioned, then I think, you got to let him play. I was surprised when Shereen said that, though, because I thought all along that it would be Milton as the backup and Will Grier as the third guy. But if that's not the case, then or maybe it's Joe Milton's job to win in these next two ball games.
And they're giving him every opportunity to do that. And maybe next week in the final preseason game, maybe that is the Will Grier game if they see what they need to see out of Joe Milton. I'm curious to see inside of a week. Now, granted, he hasn't played a lot of football, right? But how much improvement do you see from 1 week to the next? Because he even said he's got to calm down. He was so amped up to start that game and was so bad to start the game, but he settled down and played better. He's not going to develop touch inside of a week, but can he throw a short pass and not have it be 150 miles an hour? And when he throws a long pass, can he be within 5 yards of the receiver? Right? Because that's, he's got a cannon, but I don't expect to see like him completely change, but does he look better from one game to the next? And, we'll hear this a lot from college games coming up where they don't get preseason or high school games. You'll hear every coach say the improvement you see from week 1 to week 2, because live game reps are just so different than what you can do in practice, which is why you see that improvement dramatically in colleges and in high schools. In the NFL, how much can Joe Milton improve from 1 week to the next is really what everybody should be watching for on a Saturday night.
That's not the only thing. Tyler Booker, their number 1 draft pick this year, did not play in last week's game. He will play in this game. So it's going to be good to see what he can do. And there's a lot of excitement around a guy like Tyler Booker. So we'll see what he does. Still, the Micah Parsons thing is out there, right? It's out there. Jerry said yesterday he's under contract. They could negotiate, but he's not in any hurry to do so. They may or they may not. All of those things that Jerry Jones says. However, apparently Micah Parsons has got a new spot in the Cowboys locker room, which tells a lot of people that he will be a team leader this year.
He's in the leadership neighborhood, if you will, inside of that locker room. And I'm not surprised by that, I suppose. And while there is this contract dispute that's still going on, and, Jerry did nothing to help that yesterday. I think Micah did by just telling reporters, I'm going to keep my mouth shut, which for Micah Parsons is a big deal. But they want him to be a leader, and he's done everything that Jerry has asked him to from that meeting in March. By all accounts, everything that Jerry said, what they require of a leader that's going to get a contract like what Micah is going to get. When, who knows? But I think putting him in that locker room, or in that locker before the new deal is done, is a fair olive branch, if you will, from the Cowboys organization. They think of him as a leader. That's why he's getting the locker that he is getting.
Right next to Dak Prescott.
Yep.
Which I guess Dak's okay with that, huh?
know,
I don't know.
Now I'm obviously a little different, and I understand locker placement is a big deal in a locker room, but I would hate to be in the locker next to Dak Prescott, because when the media rolls in and they're crowding around the quarterback, generally the guy next to that guy kind of gets screwed. You know, you're sitting at your locker doing whatever you're doing, and now you got, 50 media members there. You remember what it was like in the old Spurs locker room, Nobody wanted to be next to Timmy because, and Timmy got to the point where he would do interviews standing in a doorway leading to the shower area just to be a good neighbor, if you will. But, yeah, the last thing you want is a locker next to a star player.
Well, so there'll be two there, and there'll be a log jam. But that's where they've got him. So, obviously, Brian Schottenheimer and the rest of the Cowboys are expecting this thing to get worked out. Or Micah Parsons will play under his contract, as Jerry likes to say, because he is still under contract, according to Jerry Jones and everybody else, for that matter.
It's true.
Former Mayor Ron Nirenberg scheduled to join us next here on the Blitz. We are live at Ratama Park, Clubhouse 95. Great place to be, but looking forward to the former mayor joining us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you need T-shirts screen printed, go see Sam. If you need caps made, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, and all the popular cap brands in stock, like the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike, Cap America, to name a few. If you need your logo on a nice golf shirt, a fishing shirt, a dress shirt, go see Sam. He has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. Only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. Nobody has better prices. No order too big, no order too small. So call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, right there across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Golf Classic is back, baby. Get the crew together. Guys, gals, the whole gang. And join us Monday, September 29th at Olympia Hills Golf Club for a laid-back day full of swings, laughs, and little friendly trash talk. It's just $120 per player or $400 for a foursome. A steal for a day on a beautiful course with your buddies. Proceeds benefit the Community Foundation of the Hill Country. But don't worry, this isn't a stuffy tournament. No blazers, no pressure, just cold drinks, good vibes, and unforgettable memories. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and sponsored by Flight by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. Then, once you've conquered the course, we'll keep the party rolling at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, where the drinks are cold, the food is hot, and the stories are even better. Get ready to tee off on the best Monday you'll have all year. Grab your spot now at sasportstar.com.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. At UMGC, you'll find everything from online to hybrid courses and lifetime career services to scholarship opportunities, making your education journey flexible, fast, and affordable. Apply now and save with no application fee through September 3rd. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows is back, and we are ready to cross the state of Texas to bring the best hunting show to a city near you. The Hunters Extravaganza is a great event for the whole family. We have the latest and greatest the hunting world has to offer, from products to hunts, and feature seminars with Dr. Deer, Gary Robertson, and more. Come enjoy attractions like rattlesnakes, gator country, a fish tank, and many more. Join us in San Antonio for the Hunters Extravaganza. Get tickets at ttha.com. Brought to you by the Texas Trophy Hunters Association.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the OrthoNow Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. OrthoNow provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, OrthoNow has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You know, the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
George gets justice.
Getting in a car crash isn't on your summer bucket list, but it can happen at any time. If the worst happens when you're headed out for your summer getaway, you need to get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. George understands what it takes to fight for your maximum compensation and to get you back on track. When you get George, you don't pay unless they win. Call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
Attention football fans. AARP Texas is teaming up with San Antonio Sports Star for this season's Dallas Cowboys training camp. Enter for your chance to win a pair of preseason tickets or tickets to a home game. Visit sasportstar.com now to enter for a chance to win. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Brought to you by AARP Texas. Whether you're a diehard fan or just love the excitement of game day, AARP Texas has you covered. Again, just go to sasportstar.com and enter for a chance to win big with AARP Texas. It's your chance to experience Cowboys football live. Visit sasportstar.com now.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday afternoon at 6. The Cowboys are back home from training camp for their second preseason game, taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Pre-game at 5. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We are live today out at Ratama Park. Clubhouse 95 is where we are. They've turned on the TVs, and they're ready for business. And I'm happy to be here. Great place to be.
He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. All this talk about Project Marvel, and the one thing that drives Joe nuts, drives me nuts, is when we hear people making an argument using information that doesn't seem correct. So we want to figure out what is the truth, what is really going on. Well, all this started, the vision for Project Marvel, when Ron Nirenberg was our mayor. And now former mayor Ron Nirenberg joining us here on the Blitz on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Ron, appreciate the time. Let's start with the obvious. Do I say former mayor, just Ron? How do you get addressed these days?
I told you to keep calling me Ron when I was in the office, and this is the reason why you shouldn't have stopped. So, Ron is just
well, Mr. Mayor had a nice ring to it, so that was kind of cool. I thought a little more formal.
I was born Ron. I was Ron while I was in office, and I'm Ron now. So, Joe, just keep calling me Ron.
You got it, Ron.
Absolutely. All right. So, Ron, as you see what is taking place right now with the current mayor trying to have a pause on the progress as the term sheet is trying to get done. Now, the way I understand it, Eric Walsh said the other day, 7-4 council, they can move forward with the term sheet. But, and you've sat in that seat, you have a lot more information than 99.9% of the people listening. What, from your vantage point, the reason she would want to pause and what the city is actually doing right now with the city manager moving forward with the term sheet?
Well, I'll just start, Jason, and just say that the information I have is out there. I mean, it has been out there for a while. We've been having a public conversation for well over a year on this, which lines up to past efforts that we've had. And I'll also say, I really wish we would do away with the term Project Marvel. Let's just call it Project Downtown, because it really is about revitalizing and lifting up the assets that San Antonio residents enjoy every day in the urban core of San Antonio, which is one of the most important places that people convene in our city on a daily basis. The way I see it, if 7 council members or 8 council members or 6 council members want to move forward with a term sheet, then that's what's going to happen. The reality is it takes consensus to do anything in the city of San Antonio and in City Hall. And I think they will find a consensus around what looks to be an exceptional opportunity for San Antonio to elevate the landscape of our city, to elevate the experience of going downtown, and to certainly elevate and to make good on the promise of the best sports franchise in the world being located in our San Antonio area for another generation.
You know, Ron, we had Councilman Mark White on the show earlier this week, and he was talking about that, not necessarily deadlines, because our current mayor, Gina Ortiz-Jones, saying we've got a lot of time. He says it's important to get this term sheet out because the voters will vote on the county portion of it in November, so they have that information as they go to the polls. Is that how you see it?
No, I think that's right. I mean, voters deserve to know what they're voting on. And part of this is the visitor tax, the hotel revenue that's generated when people stay at our local hotels, and what that's going to do to uplift the east side, that Freeman Coliseum site, as well as contribute to a new Spurs arena downtown. And to make sure that voters have all the facts in front of them, we need to negotiate that term sheet. And you've already heard the broader contours of what the deal is. The Spurs are going to be putting in $1.1 billion into the downtown development, which is being referred to as Project Marvel. 500 of that specifically will be going to the arena, but another 500 million is going to be guaranteeing the development in currently underutilized plots of land to uplift that area and make spaces to where the public can convene and we can enjoy being in our downtown area. There's also an additional 60-something million that will go to early childhood programs. So this is, by any stretch of the imagination, one of the largest investments by a sporting team into a local community. And a lot of people cite other communities and the dollars spent for sports teams to invest in their own facilities. This is up there with that amount of money, except it's going to a San Antonio community-owned asset. And that's nothing to dismiss. The significance of the investment into San Antonio by San Antonio Spurs is worth talking about loudly because it's a positive boon for our community.
Former Mayor Ron Nirenberg joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. And Ron, some of the things that I've heard from the current mayor on this economic analysis, and she wants one that's a little bit more detailed. The first one was done under your watch, and it seemed to satisfy you and the council at the time. How different would another economic analysis be if she were to do one?
Well, so let's make sure that the folks listening know what is being discussed here. And I would encourage people to read the economic impact analysis and some of the others that have been done in other communities. These are the equivalent, we've talked about it before, of the Farmer's Almanac, Joe. And it's not something you would make a budgetary decision on, but it is illustrative of the direction, the trend of doing a specific project. With this case, either a downtown sports district development, or we've done them for the airport. We've done them for things like our training initiatives. They generally tell you the spending trends that will happen, indirect and direct, as a result of a specific investment. You can do a dozen of them. They're all going to be a little bit different. The importance, though, is that it illustrates a position on it. It illustrates the economic impact of a decision of a direction that you want to go in. It's not something that you should use to make a decision for you. So, it will be interesting to see what's in another analysis. My guess is that it will be very similar, and so where does that leave us? It still leaves us with the need to negotiate a good deal with the Spurs. And let's just talk about this for a second, you guys, because I've heard a lot of negativity around the Spurs asking for a third arena. First of all, that couldn't be further from the truth. The Spurs haven't asked for nor gotten 3 arenas from the city of San Antonio or from this community. The first place they were playing is Hemisphere Arena. That was built in 1968 for the World's Fair. Under the administration of Henry Cisneros, we started working towards a multi-purpose event venue for the city of San Antonio, also now known as the Alamo Dome. I know there was dreams about the NFL playing there. It never happened, but let's be clear about the Alamo Dome. It is the only reason why we've had more Final Fours here in San Antonio than any place outside of like the major markets that on the coasts. We are Final Four City USA, and it's because of the Alamo Dome. We've had 3 of the top 10 concerts a couple of years ago. All were happening here in San Antonio. We have the UTSA Roadrunners with an enviable home field that will continue to get more full as they win more games. But we have a facility that has performed. And, oh, by the way, it was revenue positive the day it opened its doors because it was debt-free. We have continued to put money into it so that we'll stay up to par. It's not the best-looking place in the world, but guess what? It's got great bones, and it continues to field some of the best events the sporting world has to offer, and it will continue to deliver for us so long as we improve it. Now we talk about the AT&T Center. I would encourage people to go read the San Antonio Express News archives. The reason why that event venue was built is because if the Alamo Dome continued to be the home court for the Spurs, which is not what they elected to do until that was the arena they had to play in, if it continued to be the home court for the Spurs, they would not have been competitive within the NBA. And so this community decided to build an arena with cooperation from the Spurs, but the city and the county were competing against each other on where to put it. And so at the time, the Judge Cryer, made an offer to the Spurs to put it over there to end the debate and finally get the thing built. And that's where they have played for the last 25 years. It's been a great thing for the Spurs. It's been a great thing for the community to have a life for the Spurs in San Antonio in the meantime. But we always knew that was not the ideal situation for the Spurs. So this whole thing started, to be honest, Jason and Joe, this whole conversation about bringing the Spurs back downtown was predicated by the fact that we've got so much going on in our city. We've got an Alamo being redeveloped. We've got Hemisphere under redevelopment. We've got, a dome that needs to be improved in order for us to continue to compete for the largest events. So we've got a lot going on in San Antonio's downtown. That's what Project Marvel is all about, is what we're trying to improve our downtown. And so when the opportunity arose with probably the easiest corner in the downtown area to get to, being available to put the brand of our city internationally, which is the San Antonio Spurs, back in the downtown area, which frankly, where I believe they belong, let's see if we can pull it off. So that's where we are. It's not the Spurs coming hat in hand demanding a new stadium. It's an opportunity for us to lift our community together. And oh, by the way, now they have offered $1.1 billion to our community to help us get it done. In my view, this is a no-brainer. It's an opportunity for us to improve downtown. The Spurs franchise is putting in a record amount of money, and the rest of it is going to be funded by visitors and tourists who stay in our hotels, rent our cars, etc. There's a lot of misinformation out there. As you can tell, I'm passionate about it because I think it's a good deal. It's frankly a better deal than I thought we probably could have gotten at the time we were initially conceiving it. And, I just think it's time for us to elevate our city, and it's going to be doing it in a prudent way that's fair to everybody.
Ron, I love the passion that you have for this. I really do, and it makes me feel a lot better about what's happening here. Spurs aside for a minute, though, Ron, I want to ask you, Project Marvel, aside from the arena, what will that do for our downtown area? Not only that, but the convention business, the hotel business, and just the beauty of the downtown area.
Well, all of these individual projects, and we haven't even talked about the potential of bridging over I-35 to make a space where people can congregate and we can have concerts, and it would actually be park space over the highway. Things like that. All of those individual projects will elevate the experience of being in downtown for a local resident. I mean, you go downtown right now, you've got the Riverwalk, you've got a lot of great things happening. Around the Hemisphere area, you've got, the new restaurants and bars that have opened up, and UTSA building a downtown campus. A lot of great stuff is happening. If we were to do that in a comprehensive way and bring transit through the middle of it, which we are with the ART that just kicked off construction a few months ago, it's going to be a better downtown than we know today. And it only gets elevated if we do it in a comprehensive way that includes the major things that people like to go to in our city, and that's where the Spurs come in. A sports and entertainment district where you can park your car or get off a transit stop and walk from to dinner while you get ready for the game, go to the game, and then go recreate downtown in the Hemisphere or wherever else you want to go in the downtown. You have a place that's walkable, that people can enjoy multiple things. That's going to only enhance the experience for local residents of their downtown right now. In terms of the economic impact, obviously, as more people spend time in the downtown area, not just residents, but visitors, that's going to impact local businesses with receipts. That's going to put, a lot more heads in beds, as they say, in hotels. And all that money that gets generated enhances our city. And a portion of that can now start to enhance other aspects of our city as we, begin to invest in these other components of a great community. So that's what the impact statements are all about, is try to forecast all that indirect activity. Again, I would say it illustrates the environment as a result of an investment. It's not going to give you a budgetary reason to approve it. Your gut, your instinct tells you that.
Former Mayor Ron Nirenberg joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Learn something new. Recreate, key word for go drink after a game. I like that, Ron.
Yes, that's nice.
Always educating, which is what you're here to do.
I'm talking about going to play a basketball game with Wemby under the bridge or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, sure. But you look at, and obviously any kind of project of this magnitude, there is always going to be pushback. It seems like such a fair deal with what these Spurs are putting in. I'm blown away by their $1 billion commitment. But I also look at current Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones talking about some bond election that's a year from now. I wasn't aware of that because I'm keep thinking this won't cost local taxpayers money. That bond might. So what are some of the things that most of us don't know down the road that she might be looking at and talking about that are big picture, where we're looking at this PFZ zone and the Bexar County hotel tax that's going to be coming up to vote in November?
Yeah, when we say it's not going to cost local taxpayer dollars, we're referring to the tax revenues that are produced inside that zone by hotels and other, visitor taxes that right now are already being generated and going to other parts of the state. It's called a project finance zone. And when we got the legislature to approve it here, it said that we can designate a project inside that zone and we get to capture that revenue from the state. Right now, it's up to, Dan Patrick and those folks of where that money goes. We got approval from the legislature to keep it at home. But in order to do that, we've got to designate the project. And so that's what we're talking about here, is that revenue now is going to stay in San Antonio. If this doesn't happen, it's already, you're going to pay it if you're going to stay in a hotel down there, but it's going to be spent in Lubbock and Fort Worth and Houston and all these other areas. I say bring it back home, and let's use that to enhance San Antonio. Let's use it to create venues in our downtown area, i.e. also a Spurs arena. So that's what's happening. With regard to the bond, the arena is going to abut a public street. Those streets are going to be improved. There's also a SAW facility called the chiller plant that right now keeps a few buildings downtown cool. It's a lot more efficient to do that than buying air conditioning, by the way. And so we have had a proposal for the last 5 years over at SAWS to improve that chiller plant facility, relocate it so we can use that energy efficient, cheaper source of energy to cool buildings downtown. That part, to move that plant, is going to cost some money. So that's part of what we're going to have to pay for as a community through things like bonds, sidewalk improvements, park space, the things that we own and operate and are the obligation of the city to build and to maintain for our residents are what will be on the bond. It's not going to be stuff because of the San Antonio Spurs. And I know, look, I've been in City Hall for long enough for me to understand, no matter how well-intentioned the project is, no matter how good it will be, there will be a level of cynicism and distrust simply because it's government, and that's where we are. There's a lot of examples of bad projects in years past, and I will point to them myself. So there's a lot of cynicism, but let's make sure that facts are facts. And these bonds are for public improvements that will need to be done regardless of whether there's a Spurs arena or Project Marvel or anything else. And the level of due diligence that's been done by the city. Let me say one thing, and I probably shouldn't say it, but the chief financial officer of the city of San Antonio is the best CFO in the public sector, not just in the city, perhaps in the state, and maybe even the country. I've got to work with this guy for a long time. He works slowly and methodically, and if anybody suggests that he's not doing his due diligence, I would beg to differ and have you spend a couple of days with this guy. The due diligence that's been done by the city staff is just, let me just say, as a taxpayer, gives me confidence in that team down there.
Fantastic.
Ron Nirenberg, man, we could continue on, but we're out of time. We have to take a break. Appreciate it. Do you miss all the long meetings, or are you enjoying, the gig over at Trinity?
Just getting started over there, and I'll be teaching a class, but no, I enjoy it. I enjoy handing the baton off. I know everybody down there is well-intentioned, wants to do the right thing, and they've got tough issues and decisions to make. And I encourage them to continue to work hard and do right by the community of San Antonio. That's what folks deserve, and I know that at the end of the day they will.
Ron, we can't thank you enough, my friend, for coming on and being clear about everything and educating all of us. Thank you so much.
Anytime. Good to talk to you guys.
Appreciate it. Former Mayor Ron Nirenberg on the Blitz here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. Interesting stuff from Ron Nirenberg, especially at the close. About the CFO, slow and methodical, one of the best. Don't question that.
Well, and I think he kind of takes that a little personal when you're questioning what that man is doing. And so I'm glad that he said that and glad that he got it out there.
Well, and again, this started years ago under his watch. He was a part of the original vision for getting it to this point. He termed out. And now it's getting handed off, and I don't want to say fumbled at this point, but it's not going as smoothly as it was prior to the election.
No doubt. And look, again, you heard Ron Nirenberg. If you want to comment on anything that he had to say, you've got an opinion, more than welcome to do so. There's several ways to do it. You can go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, comment there. Also like and subscribe. If you would, you can give us a call the old-fashioned way, 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN, or you can get Jason at Jason Minix. You can get me at Joe Reinagle, 210. We'll react to what Ron Nirenberg had to say, and Project Marvel. when we return live from Ratama Park, Clubhouse 95, which, by the way, is now open. So you want to head on down here. They'll be happy to sell you a cold beverage or two.
You can come here and recreate.
You can recreate.
Yes.
Exactly right. Do that with us. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius or two half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh, no.
That's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
UTSA redshirt junior Owen McCown has been selected for his third preseason watch list of the year. The quarterback was named to the Manning Award watch list today. Earlier this summer, McCown was chosen for the Maxwell Award and the Davey O'Brien Award watch list. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer, the Dallas Cowboys, announced his plan for Saturday's game against the Ravens. Joe Milton will get the start at quarterback, and, well, the plan is to play him the entire time.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And it is a great day. Thursday at Ratama Park. We are live here at Clubhouse 95. They have opened their doors, and folks are coming in, getting their betting sheets ready to make a bet on one of these simulcast races that they have all over the place here. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. That's Jason Minix, and I tell you what, this place livens up really quick when they open the doors to Clubhouse 95.
You know, it's interesting because the bar is open. We can come here and we can recreate.
Yes, we can. Love that.
Absolutely.
Yes. See?
Come hang out with us on a Thursday. We can argue over, and I like the idea of Project Downtown.
Instead of Marvel?
Instead of Marvel.
Who came up with that Project Marvel? I'm not sure. Obviously, it wasn't Ron Nirenberg.
Well, I mean, it was marvelous. It was like, let's marvel at this. I get the consultant then did, but it really is Project Downtown. And when you think about everything that project includes, and, you know, and I don't know this, but I could see, because it makes sense, that do you extend the Riverwalk down to that area? Well, of course you do. And I say that because I look at what they did in Oklahoma City with their knockoff version of the Riverwalk, with what they have in their little bar district, which is a lot of fun, by the way. If you haven't been to Oklahoma City in a while, and I hadn't been until, what was it, April? I went up there for the Cross Canadian Ragweed concert, and it was incredible. And that's all because of the Thunder. And my cousins that live in Oklahoma City said they never used to go down there, and now that Bricktown area is the spot.
Yeah, Bricktown is cool, but let's be clear. It is a junior version of our Riverwalk, for sure. It is.
But do you take the current Riverwalk and extend it over to where Project Marvel is going to be?
Absolutely. I think you have to.
I think you do. I haven't seen that in plans. I don't know that. But if I'm looking at that going, well, what else can we do? Well, let's do that too.
Look,
add to it.
That's a signature of our downtown, and yeah, I think it needs to be extended down there, and would make everything look proper down there. Look, Ron Nirenberg, former mayor, was on with us last segment. If you heard that and you want to react to it, please do so. There's several ways to do that. You can get on our YouTube page, San Antonio Sports Star, like and subscribe, but you can comment there along with, we got a lot of comments on there already, but you can certainly add yours to that. At Jason Minix on Twitter, you can get a hold of him that way. I'm at Joe Reinagel 210 on Twitter, or you can call us 210-656-3776, 656 ESPN. I think the education that I got, certainly, and I'll just speak for myself today, from Ron Nirenberg, was fantastic.
Yes. When you think about what we just heard, clear and concise, not muddled, open, honest. Yep. And I think just the awareness that Ron Nirenberg clearly has, and again, he termed out, so he's not running for anything, at least not yet. But the idea that, you know, he's like, I get why people don't trust the government. There's projects that you think are a good idea that turn out not to be. And for him to say, and I can point to some of the mistakes that we've made, the history lesson on the current Frost Bank Center.
Yep.
And again, if you were around in San Antonio back then, you remember, oh, it needs to go over at Long Current Quarry. No, it needs to go over here. No, it needs to go over there. No, and then the county's like, we're going to put it here. And I know they promised a bunch of development over there. People had doubts that would ever happen. And I don't know anybody that actually thought that area would develop the way they talked about, and it didn't. You can't force businesses to go over there. And I know we're doing our show at Freeman Coliseum, the Expo Hall tomorrow for the Hunters Extravaganza. We were talking today, where are we going to go for lunch? Because that's what we generally do when we're on location. We go somewhere near where we're going to be if they don't serve lunch, and eat lunch, and then go to wherever it is we're going. Where are we going to go eat over there?
That's a really good question. If anybody's got a suggestion, please let us know somewhere around the Frostbank Center, Freeman Coliseum, because you're right. I may just have to make a ham sandwich before I leave.
I mean, it's possible. Now, Pledge writes the Lord's Kitchen,
yes,
which is a great burger.
We talked about that.
We did, but we'd have to go at 10:30 because they got 4 tables.
Exactly.
And, if you're in a hurry and you don't go early, you ain't getting into the Lord's Kitchen. It's legit. It's great.
Yes.
They just need about 50 more tables in there.
First meeting I had with Rob Thompson before I got this job was at the Lord's Kitchen.
I mean,
and it was the first time I'd ever been there.
The Lord does great work.
Yeah, I tell you.
Well,
isn't that the truth?
Let's face it. I mean, you were in such a bubble in your Ken's 5 days of where you would go eat. Yeah, there's a lot of places around that you didn't know existed.
I know. I'm telling you, that's there wasn't. Well, there was a lot around there, but it's the same stuff. And good local stuff like that, like Lord's Kitchen is. I mean, that's just good stuff that you need to know where it's at and go to it.
Well, and again, I mean, on our YouTube channel, David says you can't force businesses or people to stay there, especially because of the traffic cones, which
exactly.
Obviously Tommy Calvert was on with us and talked about the cones. And again, the cone salesman loves the Frostbank Center. He might.
Absolutely.
But I was there last weekend. And we had friends in town from Kansas City to go to the Lisa concert. And they were like, where can we go before? Nowhere. After. Nowhere down here.
No.
And it's true.
You have to leave there because there is no place to go. Who knows what they'll do with that once the Spurs get a new arena. And I tell you what, I'm more positive today about this than I was, just 30 minutes ago.
About
everything getting taken
care
of.
I thought you were talking about lunch tomorrow.
Well, lunch tomorrow. That'll figure itself out. But I'm just telling you about the whole Spurs Arena Project Marvel thing. Did you hear the passion in Ron Nirenberg's the responses and what he was saying? And that just adds on for me, Jason, what I was talking about yesterday. When you hear business people that are out and that are for this thing and believe that it is a good investment for this city, and I love it. And well, today I feel even that much more better.
The idea, and again, you listen to this show enough, and if you've listened long enough, both Joe and I travel a lot, and we go to a lot of games and a lot of events in other cities, and we see what they have. And when I hear about Project Downtown, Marvel.
How about Project Hemisphere?
Project, but it's so much more than that, right? I'm going to go with Ron, and we're going to go recreate downtown. But when I hear about it, and I think about the vision, and I know what I've seen in other cities, and this could be even greater than what I've been to and experienced in other cities. And when I'm there, and I've talked about, man, I wish we could do it. Wish we had something like this here. Not just being able to, go into a FanDuel spot in the arena in Phoenix and actually place a bet. That's a whole nother story. But the entertainment district that is around that area where you can go and recreate before and after. I just look at all of that, and that's the vision that I see the city having. And at least as it sits right now, the city can move forward with the term sheet, despite what the current mayor wants to do, and that's put a pause on things. Hearing the mayor talk about the economic impact analysis, the former mayor, Ron Nirenberg, and what it's actually going to tell us, I don't want to say it's a waste of money, because I'm sure it's insightful, but Ron Nirenberg talking about the natural distrust of government, and right now I feel like by Gina Ortiz-Jones asking for, hey, that study they did isn't good enough, we need another one. It just feels like you don't trust it either, and you're the current mayor, which tells me that the city manager or the CFO that Ron Nirenberg called the best in the business, you're questioning their work. You're making me as a consumer go, well, should we trust that? And Ron Nirenberg makes a great case for, I had all the detail you need. And apparently they do studies like that all the time for different things, and they tell you what you think they're going to be. Well, before I heard that from Ron, I actually asked AI and ChatGPT, what do you get out of these? And His answer was very much like ChatGPT. You don't set budgets on it. It gives you an idea of what you already know.
Well, absolutely, and it's a forecast.
Yeah,
that's what it is. And you used the Farmer's Almanac yesterday. Ron used it today, talking about the Farmer's Almanac, and that's exactly what it's only a forecast. But I'm going to take the word of business folks that are going to share in some of the risk for this, and say if they're for it, I'm for it. They think it's a good idea, and we'll say it. A lot of people on our YouTube page are saying it right now. I think it'd be a waste of money to have another report, the data, whatever it says. It doesn't matter. I think it would be a complete waste of money. And when you're talking about $50,000 to $100,000 to do this, then it just doesn't seem necessary to me.
Well, I mean, we can do that with the term sheet that's moving along. If you want to double check everything, go for it. Because all this started on somebody else's watch. Now your name is on it. So with her name on it, I have no problem with her wanting more information before she gives her stamp of approval. But you don't slow progress down, especially when there is urgency. As a voter of Bexar County, which I am and you are, there's an election in November. That term sheet needs to be done. By all accounts, that's moving forward. Will it get voted on this month, like Mark White said? We'll see. Now, granted, Eric Walsh said the other day publicly, the will of the council, I think is the words he used, all political and everything, because of 7-4 majority. So they're moving forward, despite the mayor wanting to pause things. So she can't just come in and stop. My concern is right now it's 7-4. You take her out, if she gets a couple of votes, she's got 3 city council members that are with her right now, and math at 7. If she gets a couple to come her way, then she has the tie-breaking vote. So while 7-4 seems like a lot, it really isn't.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen. I think they have that vote. It's going to pass. And then we can continue to move forward. And Mark White spelled it out when he was on with us on the Blitz on, I believe it was Tuesday, look, then if you want to do something else and try to do something, that's fine. But at least we have that step taken care of. And the folks that are going to vote, all of us in Bexar County, when we vote in November, we will have a pretty good idea of the terms and the facts and all of that. What I love, again, though, and why I think a lot of people, Jason, distrust government is because everybody wants to put their own spin on things.
Sure.
And it distorts the facts. Ron Nirenberg came out here and stated facts. He started this project. He's out of political life for now, but the facts. That's all anybody wants you to do. Get the facts and then make your decision. It's just that easy.
That's it. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 if you want to weigh in on that. Or we've got a lot of lunch suggestions on our YouTube channel.
We do. I've never heard of any of these places.
Are you kidding?
I haven't.
Dude, I see Mark's Outing and Tank's Pizza is on there.
Dude,
Garcia's
have you been there?
Over there.
Have you been there?
I've been to Tank's Pizza, and I've had breakfast tacos at Garcia's.
All right. Well, keep them coming because we need suggestions for lunch tomorrow. You can really help us out. That's for sure.
I can tell you, though, it's not going to be the Whataburger at Frost Bank Center. That I can tell you. And one text that I got that they have nachos at the Freeman Coliseum concession stand and hot dogs.
Oh, they do have hot dogs there,
which is what we had last year.
Yeah, it's exactly
that might be a mid-show snack,
which were pretty good, by the way.
But probably not lunch.
Those hot dogs were pretty good, if I recall. Might have to do that.
Have you had a hot dog that you didn't like?
No, I really haven't. I'll be totally honest with you. I'm a hot dog guy. So, as a hot dog guy, speaking of hot dogs,
I love wieners.
You can come out here Saturday night, and I'm talking about Ratama Park, and watch the wieners race around this track. It is the wiener dog races they're going to have here on Saturday night. In the meantime, this is the last weekend of quarter horse racing here at Ratama Park for the season. So if you've been thinking about coming out here and you wanted to do that, it is a good weekend to get that done. Make your plans. And the wiener dogs, that's just a cherry on top, is it not? That's where we're at. We're in Clubhouse 95 and at Ratama Park. They're open. The beer is cold. The drinks are flowing. All that's missing is you. Come out and see us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Before we go, though, I want to talk to you about the Golf Club of Texas. I love the Golf Club of Texas and what they've done out there. You talk about spending some money and improving a place. It doesn't get any better than what they've done at the Golf Club of Texas. They have made that place just a phenomenal place to go and recreate and then play golf. The Tin Cup Bar and Grill is the place you want to go to recreate. Have a few drinks, cold beer, take some with you. Have some food out there as well. The food is fantastic, and the great thing about it is it's not going to break the bank. It is affordable, I'm telling you. So is the golf, for that matter. Brand new sod all over the place. They've got these zero-scape areas that just add beauty to the entire property, and brand new golf cart paths all over the place. It is a great place to go, and if you want to make your tee time, the best way to do that is go to golfclubtexas.com. Again, that's golfclubtexas.com. It's the Golf Club of Texas. You know where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether it's for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, how about your next tournament out there? Great place to do that. Go check them out. Again, it's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday afternoon at 6. The Cowboys are back home from training camp for their second preseason game, taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Pre-game at 5. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
South Texas summer is no joke. With temperatures in the triple digits, your roof takes a beating. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. They're local, family-owned, and ready to help. Get a free, no-obligation roof inspection from a team that knows South Texas weather. Whether it's commercial or residential, a small repair, or a whole new roof, get peace of mind with Stevens Roofing. Call 210-785-0994 today. Stevens Roofing has you covered.
It's your city and your budget. Meet us in your neighborhood for a town hall meeting in August to learn about the proposed budget. Find the dates and locations at sa.gov/budget or call 311. See you there.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale, up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery with the purchase of any smart bed. Ends Monday. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know, to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. No, wait, my phone, come back. It's my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life, come back.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Northbrook.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment. Not just to protect their tools, but to protect their professional reputations. Whether it's inside or outside of work vehicles, a WeatherGuard badge means pros can trust that their hard-earned name is in good hands. Since 1968 and every day since, WeatherGuard has been protecting anything it takes to build a professional reputation. WeatherGuard, established in 1968, proven every day. WeatherGuard.com.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
For the fans, for the world.
on August 23rd and 24th. The Netflix phenomenon, K-Pop Demon Hunters, is coming to theaters for one weekend only. Join the sing-along event. Seal the honeymoon with us. K-Pop Demon Hunters, a sing-along event in select theaters, August 23rd and 24th. Rated PG. Get tickets now at singkpopdemonhunters.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, just 8 days away from college football. We'll start breaking down the games, and we got a full weekend of NFL preseason and a huge UFC fight coming up. We'll talk about it all and plenty more. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. San Antonio's Sports Star.
A great Thursday afternoon here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, live at Ratama Park, Clubhouse 95. I'm Joe Reinagel. That's Jason Minix. And Jason, they just brought out 3 baskets with burgers and fries that just looked fantastic.
You know, they did. And, those fries, you see those, and all of a sudden it's like when you smell somebody popping popcorn, you just have to get popcorn.
Exactly.
Now I want fries.
Yes.
Now I want fries.
Dude just walked right by us and just, like a tease and just walked right over there.
Yeah, you realize, the kitchen door is right there.
Right there.
Greg Shelton didn't put you near a bathroom today, but you are by the kitchen door just so you can be distracted. Now, you are getting your steps in because the bathroom's a mile and a half away, but you are right by the kitchen.
Well, I like this. So we're right in the middle. They got the kitchen on the right, the bar's on the left. And so when we're done with the show, I could probably have one coming out that way while I'm walking over that way, and boom. Life is good.
Right.
Life is good.
That didn't sound right.
Life is good, my friend. Life is good.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my. Ron Nirenberg, former mayor, on with us earlier. And I tell you what, again, appreciate his honesty and clarity and just the way he feels about all of this. It was fantastic. And again, we've got a lot of comments on our YouTube page, San Antonio Sports Star. We're also getting a lot of comments, Jason, about where to eat tomorrow around the Frost Bank Center.
Yes.
I don't know any of these places.
Well, of course you don't. I'll pick one, and you'll go there, and you'll say this is wonderful.
Cindy's Old Fashioned Burgers near the courthouse. Now, I don't know is that close to Freeman Coliseum?
That does not sound close to Freeman Coliseum.
Well, Shelton said we should go to just the Longhorn Cafe on Ritterman. He said that's close enough.
Well,
I said, man, I have to leave my house early as hell to do that.
Well, if you're going to do that, there's plenty of Longhorn Cafes along the way, but I want to eat somewhere tomorrow that you think about the off I-35 in that area where, Frost Bank Center, is that what they call it now? Somewhere in there, and that I like Tank's Pizza, Garcia's is over there. There, Lord's Kitchen is there, but we're not going early enough to. I'm not going to risk Lord's Kitchen.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, well, no, dude. It's been a while since I've been there to Willow Springs Golf Course. But they used to have the best grill in there and the best greasy cheeseburgers that you've ever had. Now, I don't know. It's been a while since I've been there. If somebody's been there recently.
What? When was the last time you were there? It started with a 19 in the year, didn't it?
Probably did, yeah. But I used to love going out to Willow Springs. It was a fun golf course.
It was before there was an arena there, wasn't there?
Yes. Absolutely it was.
So it really was in the 1900s.
But anyway, back then they had a hell of a grill. Yeah. I don't know if they still have it. If anybody's been out there, let me know. But they used to have a damn good grill, and you'd always have lunch before you went out there and played golf.
Well, absolutely. Now, as we think about where we're at when it comes to Project Marvel, our current mayor, Gina Ortiz-Jones, was on this morning on News 4. Apparently, she does that every Thursday, 6:30 a.m. She's on. I'm not up that early, but I did see a clip. And the thing that is, she's talking points, and that's all she regurgitates. David Chancellor asked her some very straightforward questions this morning, and her responses were talking points, not answers. This wasn't a conversation. And it felt very much like the answer she gave KSAT the other day, or the op-ed piece that she wrote in San Antonio Report. And she keeps talking about not wanting to operate from a place of fear.
I think what's important is we're not operating from a place of fear. I actually talked to Mayor Holt, who was the mayor of Oklahoma City, to get their understanding of how they would approach that deal. Oklahoma City is in a much very different position than we are. When you look at their size, there are many, many more cities above them that frankly would be more competitive for that. So they didn't have a lot of leverage. They really felt like, frankly, if we don't do this, they will leave. They didn't have a lot of leverage. I think we as a community, though, can make sure, again, we should not be operating from a place of fear. We owe it to ourselves. So what keeps me up at night? Today, we're going to have a briefing on the budget. There is a $150 million gap in the 2027 budget. We've got to close that. If we don't do anything, the gap grows to 220 in 2030, right? That keeps me up.
Well, again, and so she doesn't want to operate from a place of fear to have the Spurs threatening to leave, but yet we're supposed to fear the budget deficit that we're going to face. So, I mean, which is it? Are we operating from a place of fear in one place or the other, or both?
Well, and again, the comparison to Oklahoma City, where they are raising a sales tax, and the Thunder are contributing very little compared to the $1 billion the Spurs have committed to this project. And that's the one thing that you heard former Mayor Ron Nirenberg say earlier here on the Blitz earlier this week when Mark White, the city councilman out of District 10, was on, but also the various business leaders. Now, local taxpayers, it's not really coming out of our pocket unless, of course, you go get a room downtown. Mm-hmm. You want a date night, you go to, Paul McCartney at the Alamo Dome and decide to make a weekend of it and go get a road win. You're going to pay some taxes on that, and that would contribute, right? But for the most part, it doesn't affect the majority of the people that live in this area. It's a tourism tax. That is what our business is. Tim Morrow, who is the CEO of the San Antonio Zoo, and I think he's the current president of the tourism board for the state of Texas. He's been on all kinds of different boards. He was talking today in Council B session about how important the Spurs are to San Antonio.
I can tell you that keeping the Spurs in a new arena downtown is critical for San Antonio for many reasons. One, great cities need great downtowns where people can live, work, and play. The Spurs and Project Marvel do that for our city. Then the economic impact the Spurs provide our city, the recognition our city gets from the Spurs around the country and around the nation. People know San Antonio because of the San Antonio Spurs. The quality of life this provides when corporations are looking to move to San Antonio, and that is a big one for operators such as San Antonio Zoo with a nonprofit. We depend on visitation and donations to grow, and having a strong corporate community is critical to our success, and that is magnified across all of the arts and cultural institutions in San Antonio. Tourism is critical for the success of San Antonio on a greater scale than our peers in Texas, which is why projects like a new arena, an updated Alamo Dome, an updated convention center, and more amenities for tourists and locals are so critical across a broad spectrum. In closing, I ask that you all work to build San Antonio through growth projects such as Downtown Arena and work to maximize the economic impact of these projects for the betterment of our community in all corners. I thank you, and I ask that you support staff moving forward with negotiations and returning to council with a negotiated term sheet in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, there you go. It's just another guy that's plugged into the business community and to what's important tourism-wise here in San Antonio that is all for this thing. So, again, it's just, to me, this seems like a no-brainer. And I'm not really sure why there is even any question about this. And I think our new mayor is doing us a disservice, quite frankly.
Well, and not only on this project Downtown. I like that from former Mayor Ron Nirenberg.
Yeah.
But part of me really likes Gina Ortiz-Jones going in there and trying to shake some things up, being a little disruptive and not being status quo. But you can't come in and change everything until you actually know how everything works. And to give you an idea, it's not just this project that she's butting heads with city staff and city council. She was trying to change the way council members can put items on the agenda. And the old system seems to be working, and they're going to stay with it. But things are bad in San Antonio when a city councilman out of District 1, Councilman Core, brings up Kawhi Leonard into the conversation.
Thank you all to my council colleagues who brought this forward. I think it's great having discussion and start off, since we're having all these Spurs discussions. If you ask anybody what they love about the Spurs the most, they're the hardest team to hate. And the reason why they're the hardest team to hate is because we're about teamwork, and they really believe in working. Like we had a significant leader on the Spurs team a few years ago, went off to Toronto and won his ship, but he wasn't a good fit for our team because he wasn't about teamwork. So I think what our community wants from us is just to work together as a team to figure out what our policy making process is going to be that works for everyone. And so with that, I don't have any issues with actual requests of what the process is included in the mayor's memo. Our office, when we do policy making, we're always focused on, we actually get our ideas from the people that are on the ground or things that we're seeing from community members.
I love those comments right there. And I think what that is And again, I hate to be too critical of our new mayor, but I think she's come in and trying to really kind of take over and be the decision maker. And it's not that way in our city government. It's a city council and a city manager, and you've got to work as a team. And I love what the congresswoman or the councilwoman just said there.
When you think about Councilman Core, and I don't know her either. I've never talked to Gina Ortiz-Jones. I don't know them. But in San Antonio, if somebody compares you to Kawhi,
that's not good.
I mean, holy crap! But we just had a city council member compare our mayor to Kawhi Leonard.
Yes.
What the hell is going on down there?
Wow.
How bad is it? She just got compared to number 2.
Wow. Does she have knee issues that the doctors can't seem to find?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, there are insults and there are insults. I mean, if she gets called Yolanda next, we know it's over.
Ouch. Ouch. Yes. Wow. Kawhi Leonard. But I don't know who's worse at this point in time. They're both about on the same level, if you ask me.
I mean, there are a lot of things you can say about somebody, but you talk about teamwork and you get compared to that guy?
Woo. That's not good.
That's off the top rope.
That was a great soundbite. Well done, Councilwoman. Very nice. Coor, you said, huh?
Yeah.
Coor? Very nice. Very well done. All right. Hey, the Cowboys have wrapped things up in Oxnard, California. I saw a bunch of tweets of the reporters that have been there for the duration are in the airport and ready to head home themselves. What does that mean? What happened? What all took place and what got accomplished in Oxnard? And what's going to happen this Saturday when it comes to the Cowboys against the Ravens? We're talking about all of that live from Ratama Park, Clubhouse 95. That's where we are. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You think about baseball games tonight. You got some NFL preseason this weekend. You want to have more fun watching? Make sure you download the Underdog app and play the Pick'em game. Underdog is one of the leading sports apps you can play in Texas. It's a lot of fun and you can win money. In fact, millions of fans have already won billions of dollars making picks on Underdog. Download the Underdog app, and to play the Pick'em game, all you're doing is choosing higher or lower on predicted stats. In baseball, it's things like home runs, strikeouts, total bases, that sort of thing. And you can play for as little as $1 and win up to 1,000 times your money. Download the Underdog app. Sign up with promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, use promo code STAR at Underdog.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See underdogfantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is calling all golfers. The Fall Golf Classic is back. Mark your calendars for Monday, September 29th, and lock in your spot for one of the most fun golf events of the year at the Olympia Hills Golf Club. For just $120 per player or $400 for a foursome, you'll get 18 holes of fun, friendly competition, and non-stop laps with your crew. But don't wait. Spots will sell out fast. And once they're gone, they're gone. This isn't your average uptight tournament. It's all about cutting loose, enjoying the day, and supporting a great cause. The Community Foundation of the Hill Country, presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Charm Club, and sponsored by Fly by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. And when the final putt drops, the party's just getting started. Head over to the Break Room Bar on Pat Booker Road for the official after party. Cold drinks, great food, and the perfect finish to a perfect day. Don't get left out. Grab your crew, grab your clubs, and get ready for a Monday you won't forget. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Listen up, San Antonio. At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can get college credit for the stripes you've earned. Turn your military rank into college credit to save time and money on an online degree. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu/SATX.
Progressive knows when you're on your boat, you're already on vacation. And Vacation You forgets all your worries. Vacation You doesn't even keep track of time and knows that time is a meaningless construct designed to control us, man. But Regular You knows you don't want to be too far out in the water after the sun goes down because Vacation You doesn't know how to navigate in the dark yet. Vacation You and Regular You really need to get on the same page. So bundle your boat with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hello.
I didn't make it into medical school, Dad. I didn't have an A in all my subjects, so I can't get in.
What do you mean, all these years I supported you, all the money I poured into your education, you don't get all A's? What was your bad subject? Chemistry, physiology, what?
No, Dad, spelling.
Spelling?
Yeah.
What, was it some funny microorganisms you couldn't spell or what?
No, Connecticut.
Connecticut? Yeah. You mean the water conditioner that uses no electricity? Are you kidding? Everybody knows how to spell Connecticut.
Not me.
Everybody knows Connecticut is the water conditioning company that revolutionized the water industry.
Sorry, Dad.
Everybody knows that Connecticut is spelled Kinetico.
I thought the instructor said Connecticut.
Oh, son, you should have remembered kinetic as in kinetic energy with an O on the end. Connecticut.
Right now, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit.
ConnecticutSA.com.
Eat up, buddy. It's almost time for school.
You take charge of your home. You take charge of your work. Don't forget to take charge of your gut health too with Nature Made Probiotics. Nature Made has clinically studied probiotics that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Vacation mode? Check. Don't forget your furry friend. Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit in Selma offers daycare, boarding, grooming, and more. Discounts for military, teachers, and first responders. Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit, where pets play, stay, and feel at home.
Want to see Dallas take on Atlanta at AT&T Stadium? AARP is hooking you up. I want winners. Just head to sasportstar.com and register to win a pair of tickets to the Cowboys' final preseason game, Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. Cowboys! It's your chance to catch America's team live before the regular season kicks off. I like this kind of party! From AARP and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's Thursday, and no better place to be on a Thursday afternoon than Ratama Park, Clubhouse 95. That's where we are. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. That's Jason Minix. And last weekend of live racing for the season, that's always a sad time when the live racing goes away, but they're going out with a bang.
Yeah, they are, because you got Weenie Dog races on Saturday night, but the simulcast racing is always going on, and the drinks here at Clubhouse 95 are always cold. So come hang out with us here at Ratama. We're going to got a lot of calls on lunch suggestions. We will get to those calls at 210-656-ESPN, but right now we've got some breaking news. Former Texas Longhorn star wide receiver Isaiah Bond, he's been cleared of all wrongdoing. Remember, he went undrafted.
Yeah.
He is signing with the Cleveland Browns.
Now, remember, he was accused of sexual assault, right? But that's all been wiped out, gone away. So that's why he went undrafted. Nobody wanted to touch him because of, depending on what happened with this case, but he's been cleared. And now he's going to jail. He's going to Cleveland.
Stop. Dude. I mean, but you think about how much money that cost him.
Oh, yeah.
And, you kind of go back, La'el Collins. Remember, he went undrafted, accused of murder, and all cleared and ended up signing with the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, you hate when that happens, especially right before the draft. And when you get cleared, it was no build, and now you're free to sign. And the Cleveland Browns have added another weapon to Shedeur Sanders' arsenal. You
got to wonder why Cleveland. Were they the first ones to call, or they already have a deal? If this turns out we want you, and we got a deal in place already. Not sure, but this happened quickly because he was just cleared not too long ago, and then bam. We got the announcement that he's going to Cleveland.
Now, we're going to be doing the Blitz tomorrow live at the Hunters Extravaganza. We'll be out there 2 to 6 as the Hunters Extravaganza. Always a lot of fun gets going starting tomorrow, goes all weekend long. So much to do out there, so much for the kiddos to do. It's going to be hot outside. Take them down there for that. But Joe and I were talking about where are we going to go eat. One of the issues with the Frost Bank Center is there's nothing right there. They don't have the entertainment district. But there are some restaurants over there that we need to go check out. But we're like, where?
We didn't know, yeah.
And so we needed suggestions, a lot of suggestions. In some of these places I've never heard of, like Radice's Blue Bonnet Grill.
Never heard of it.
On W.W. White and I-10.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know some spots in that area. I've never heard of that one. A lot of people on the phones calling 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Hey, Jack, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Has anyone recommended the Little Red Barn on Hackberry?
I think Pledge recommended that earlier. Yeah, that was always a solid place, no doubt.
Always solid. That's a good one. Although it's a bigger lunch than what I normally go for.
Well, it depends on what we're eating. I mean, today was you didn't have a big lunch today, did you?
Fried shrimp.
Yeah, dude, I had a chicken rice beans Cajun thing that was delicious.
You had red beans and rice that had chicken in it.
It was delicious.
That's ultimately what you had.
Well, it was
I don't care what they called it, but it was basically red beans and rice with chicken.
And it was damn good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I know. I mean, and look, I give you some credit because, Joe asked the server, is this good? He said, I don't know. I've never eaten it. He's like, well, I'll tell you when I'm done. I generally hear that from a server. I'm going to the next option.
No, I mean, she hasn't tried it. Doesn't mean anything. I'm just glad. I like it when servers are honest. If I ask them that question, don't tell me it's good if it's not. And typically 99% of the time, The servers are honest.
Well, they are. But she did say, I've had no complaints. But she gave you a look like, there's so many better options here.
Well, maybe. I don't know. And there were, but that just sounded really good. And it was. And so when she came back and the bowl was empty, she said, how was it? I said, it sucked.
Absolutely.
But it didn't. It was really good. So
right. We're getting Gilbert says we need to go to Fred's Fish Fry. See, I mean, that would end the 3-year bit of always saying we're going to go and never actually going.
I know. We have to let that streak run a little
Absolutely.
longer.
That's a decade-long bit. I can promise you that. Let's go to Reginald. Hey, Reginald, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, you guys got to come check us out at Thanks Pizza. It's the #1 pizza in the city.
Tank's Pizza.
Now, I've been to Tank's Pizza.
Yes,
I've been to Tank's Pizza. Reginald, do you run the place?
Yes, sir. I'm one of the partners, sir. Yes, sir.
And you're listening to us right now, man. That is awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
All right, so Tank's Pizza. The owner's saying we need to go.
Well,
there.
dude, I think that ends it. I think that's where we need to go.
I mean,
Yes, 902 North New Braunfels.
There you go.
It's a way to get a free plug, man.
Absolutely. He's smart.
Absolutely.
That's why he's a businessman.
He's smart. He's listening to us.
Exactly right.
And they do. They have good pizza there at Tank's Pizza.
Well, dude, that seems to settle it right there, I think. I mean, look, if one of the owners of Tank's Pizza is calling in, then I think that ends the debate.
You know, well, I mean, you're going to say tomorrow, I don't know. I'm down for pizza.
I'm always down for pizza.
Hey, Reginald, is it gone? Glad you hung up on him? Maybe? Do they do pizza by the slice at lunch?
Oh, I don't know. You've been there. I've never been there.
Yeah, but I wasn't there at lunch for pizza by the slice.
Oh. Well, why do we need by the slice? We got a whole pie. We'll be fine.
All right.
So I'll eat most of it.
See, and a lot of people are saying the Lord's Kitchen. Well, I love the Lord's Kitchen, but if you don't get in line at 10:30, you ain't getting in, and I ain't going at 10:30 in the morning.
No.
Also, Ponchos and Gringos is a suggestion.
Oh, wow.
Ponchos and Gringos on Nolan Street. Now, this from a friend of mine who is a foodie who has never steered me wrong. And he works in the downtown area. He used to work at the Frost Bank Center. And he knows all the good spots.
Ponchos and Gringos.
Ponchos and Gringos.
Huh.
I'm a little mad that I've not heard of that one, although he'll probably say I've taken you there before.
You probably have.
It's possible. It is possible. Matthew, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Guys, it's easy. It's 2 answers. It's Lupita's Mexican food restaurant at Clever Park. You already know. And then Bud Jones off of Military. All you can eat is Captain 7.
Well, again, we're trying to go somewhere that's within like 5-8 minutes of Freeman Coliseum for the Hunters Extravaganza. I mean, if we were just going to meet for lunch somewhere and then drive 15 or 20 minutes, we would have ideas of where we would go. But we're trying to go find a place to eat near Freeman Coliseum.
Well, I agree with his choice. I mean, Bud Jones, it's been a while since I've been there, but solid.
Yep.
So I don't know, but we'll continue to take. I don't know. I got a leader in the clubhouse at this point in time, but if somebody has a better suggestion, then let me know.
Well, and look, guy claiming to have the #1 pizza. Now, it was good.
That's what he said.
And I don't know what the pizza rankings are, but I'm a pizza snob.
Well, there you go.
So now we've got to go and say, all right, you claim to be #1. If let's see you deliver on that promise.
I'm thinking Tank's Pizza is the leader in the clubhouse at this moment in time, but I'm open to suggestion.
The question, really, the true question. Tomorrow morning when we text where we're going for lunch, you're going to say, what was that place again? Or will you remember?
I got it. It's Tank's. Tank's Pizza. I got it.
Uh-huh.
I want to know how they came up with that name, Tanks. That's got to be somebody's nickname or something over there.
Reginald sounded like Tank.
Yeah, maybe.
He was like a defensive lineman.
He could have been a tank.
Or because it's right there by Fort Sam and it's got a military feel to it.
Well, that could be.
I mean, let's go Captain Obvious here.
Well, I mean, come on.
I mean, maybe he's got a dog that he loved at one point named Tank and named his pizza place after him.
I like Tank. I mean, that would be a good name for a dog. Tank's Pizza. I'm telling you, that's my leader in the clubhouse right now.
Although Art Garcia might change it for you. He writes Tank's Pizza is like the Houston Texans Tank Dell.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know. There's their Tank. Brandon says Sugars.
Sure. Well, yeah, that's
Vince Trevino, Reese Brothers Barbecue.
Huh.
And Reese Brothers Barbecue, if you haven't eaten there in a while, they have steadily moved up to being one of the, if not the top barbecue joint in San Antonio. Reese Brothers is fantastic. That is great Q.
Now, again, I've never been there. Now, it's by the Alamo Dome?
Yeah, it's down by the Alamo Dome.
Okay.
So a little off of the...
That's a little off,
the geography that we're going with. But it's hard to turn down Reese Brothers Barbecue if somebody is suggesting that. Although, not for tomorrow because we want to be within a couple of minutes of Freeman Coliseum.
This is true. So... we still got a leader in the clubhouse, but I mean, you can change our mind.
Joe Dale says, just take your lunch.
I'm not doing that.
What's the fun in that?
Tank's Pizza sells Kool-Aid, according to Nico on our YouTube page. Kool-Aid. I can't remember the last time I had Kool-Aid. I just drink Jerry Jones Kool-Aid.
I was going to say.
So maybe it was just a couple of weeks ago at Nobu. I was drinking that Jerry Jones Kool-Aid.
Well, you could take that in so many different ways, people, and all of them would be accurate.
You know what?
There's a button to push there, Pledge.
He's looking for it right now. He didn't know what you're talking about.
He should. You know.
We're going to actually talk a little Texans football in the next hour. The General John McClain, as he does every Thursday, is going to join us at 5:15. So we will talk a little bit of that. Before that, we'll talk a little bit of the Cowboys. Look, Cowboys are done, and this is the time of year
in Oxnard.
In Oxnard. Well, you take that out, you will. I'm just saying.
They officially haven't been eliminated yet.
Well, not yet, but they're getting there. But no, I love this because they're gone from the training camp for them. It's not over. But it's over in Oxnard, and that means, man, we are really close.
A lot of reporters coming home with dirty laundry.
To the start of the NFL season. I love that, and I'm really happy about it. So that's good. We'll talk a little Cowboys football before we talk Houston Texans football. But you can come out here and see us and watch the show live right here at Ratama Park. Clubhouse 95, that's where Jason and I are. And we're going to be here for, well, at least another hour or so. And after the show's over, a cold beer's in our future, I guarantee it. So come out and see us here at Clubhouse 95 at Ratama Park. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is KTFM Floresville and streaming online at sasportstar.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
We're on the air with Joe Exotic. Okay, so we get two baby tigers. Like, it's 6 months. What do they weigh?
About 80, 90 pounds in 6 months.
80, 90 pounds?
Mm-hmm. They'll start eating a cow a week about a year and a half.
Really? Now, if you have a dog that you don't like, you just throw it in there?
People have been known to feed their husbands to them, so why not a dog?
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million. Pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week. No point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Have you or a loved one been arrested,
Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
In theaters now, Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four is the #1 movie in the world.
Yes, hell yeah!
It's unlike anything Marvel has done before.
We face a danger that has threatened our family.
And now it's certified fresh.
I will not sacrifice my child for this world, but I will not sacrifice this world for my child.
And it's one of the best superhero movies of all time. Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four. In theaters now. Rated PG-13. Some material may not be suitable for children under 13.
What is your next success story? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can succeed again with more than 135 affordable online degrees and certificates to help you move your career forward. From cybersecurity and AI to healthcare and MBA, our programs help you build critical thinking, leadership, and communication skills that set you apart in today's job market. Apply now and save with no application fee through September 3rd. Visit umgc.edu to get started. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
For the fans, for the world.
On August 23rd and 24th, the Netflix phenomenon, K-Pop Demon Hunters, is coming to theaters for 1 weekend only. Join the sing-along event. Seal the honeymoon with us. K-Pop Demon Hunters, a sing-along event in select theaters, August 23rd and 24th. Rated PG. Get tickets now at singkpopdemonhunters.com.
Give me those sauces, grab the chicken strips, let's dunk them in there. There's nothing like it. Hey, I'm Joey. And I'm Josh. And we're team members at our local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing you'll love about the Chick-fil-A chicken strips is dipping them in our sauces. My sauce is the barbecue sauce. If you wanted to add sweet, tangy flavors, there's nothing like it. I love the garden herb ranch sauce, but if you want a little bit more kick in the spicy side, you can mix it with buffalo sauce. Dipping them in our sauces, it is perfection.
It's the summer of Chick-fil-A chicken strips and sauces. Order now on the Chick-fil-A app. Team members paid for their testimonials.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Cowboys have left Oxnard, California. They're headed back to Frisco. Still no movement on the potential Micah Parsons extension. You heard Jerry Jones yesterday if there were any concerns about Micah's availability. Well, he said he's under contract. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer did announce the plan for Saturday's game against the Ravens. Once again, Joe Milton will be the Cowboys starting quarterback. Tyler Booker will get his first opportunity in a Cowboys uniform.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Always like my meat big. Always. That is absolutely correct. Hi, everybody. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, and we are live out at Ratama Park, Clubhouse 95. That's where we are. A lot of fine folks around the bar over there enjoying cold drinks, and we just have to sit here and drool over them having their good drinks. But that's okay. I'm Joe Reinagel. That's Jason Minix, and it won't be long, Minix.
Not drooling, but I am getting thirsty.
Yes.
I am getting thirsty. In the meantime, it's water.
It's water.
That will change in about an hour.
Yes, it will.
Get out here, Ratama Park, live racing, simulcasting going on. We're upstairs in the Clubhouse 95, the great bar area that they have. Weenie Dog races on Saturday.
Weenie Dog races.
You say the Weenie, and there's a dude. He clearly works here. He's got a shirt on with a name tag. He starts laughing at the thought of the Weenie Dog racing.
Well, who wouldn't laugh at that? Well, I mean, it's funny. Yet their little legs just be going 100 miles an hour, man.
Besides seeing which one takes a dump before the race, how do you bet them?
Well, that's how you do it. I mean, that's a big key to that thing. Although I would look for one with a little bit the tallest one. Because think about it. Those dogs in the grass, are they going to be in the dirt? I mean, that dirt could be deep. I would want one that's got some legs, maybe a little taller. And
Weenie Dog races, I mean, Are you talking about centimeters difference in the leg difference?
Well, I guess.
I mean,
it could make a difference.
You get a long leg weenie dog, and you start to wonder if they're qualified.
They're not a weenie anymore.
I'm just saying. Are they 100% weenie or what is mixed in there?
I think it's got to be 100% weenie, doesn't it?
I mean, look.
That's the only fair thing to do.
Now you're on to something. We need to get into the dog breeding business to win weenie dog races by getting like greyhounds or whippets and breed them with
whippets. Whippet good. Who does that? What,
dude? Do you not know what a whippet is?
I don't know what a whippet
Google.
is.
Whippet. I mean, whippets are tall. And
it's a dog.
Fast. Yes. Yeah,
small greyhound, according to Greg Shelton.
But you could get the long legs with the weenie dog body, and then you could dominate the weenie dog races with your weenie whippet, your whippet weenie.
Whippet. We could go whip it out.
Careful, Shelton. That almost made the air. I'm glad you talked without
I see it
a radio engineer.
Wow. I don't know how to spell whippet, and obviously the whippet that I spelled is a term, the recreational use of nitrous oxide.
Yep,
that's what a whippet is. A whippet.
What the?
Yep.
Let's get more lunch suggestions. 210-656-ESPN 656-3776. Mike, as we head to the Hunters Extravaganza for the show tomorrow at Freeman Coliseum, we need a lunch area within 5-8 minutes of the Freeman Coliseum.
Guys, you can't go wrong with the smokehouse.
The smokehouse, but that's over by the station, right? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's on Roland there, right at the intersection of Rigsby. It's barbecue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I know where you're talking about. Appreciate the suggestion. Raymond, you're on the Blitz. What's your suggestion?
Hey, Joe, Jason, man, it's close to the Freeman Coliseum. It's called Everybody Loves Raymond's Burgers. I don't work there and I don't own it. But you have to try it.
Everybody loves Raymond, so they just stole the title from that TV show.
They sure did. But unfortunately for you, Joe, they don't have a chicken fried steak burger there, and you can't dip it in ketchup and gravy. So
well, see, that sucks. That's a mark against them, my friend.
Is it?
Y'all don't love it, guys. Y'all should try it.
Is it themed like Everybody Loves Raymond? Like, is the mom gonna be there?
No, Jason, they're not gonna be there. But I mean, I'm telling you, them burgers are good. And then you watch them cook your burgers, so they're not gonna hawk a loogie in there.
Well, that's always good. That's nice.
Sometimes I don't want to know what they're doing back
I have
there.
no desire to see what they're doing in the kitchen.
Hey, Joe, what suggestion do you have? You're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, there's a great Mexican restaurant at the corner of Pine and Carson called La Gardenia. The best part about it is they got a Mexican bakery in there as well, so you can get dessert after you have lunch.
Nice.
They like some sweet bread or what, or something like that?
Oh, yeah, the Mexican sweetbread in there, man. This is delicious. It's the best.
All right, Joe, do me a favor because I sure as hell can't even pronounce what you just said, let alone spell it. Tweet us that location because I already
or give it to Pledge either way, one of the two. Yeah.
I don't even know if I trust Pledge's spelling because I mean, look at the spelling on some of these.
Gardenia, is that what he said?
No, I thought it started with an L. I don't know.
Yeah,
hey, Fletcher, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. I got the perfect spot for y'all right off of 35. Crisp shells, perfectly seasoned meat, the best lettuce in town, Baja Blast on draft. You guys need to check out Taco Bell.
Well played, sir.
That is.
Well played.
Well played.
Taco Bell.
Is it connected to the KFC?
It must be.
You know, there'd be one or two in there. We've got a clubhouse leader, and we got a couple of other options depending on how we wake up feeling. But we'll see. And I'm curious, dude. Seriously, tweet us whatever it is you said because I've already. Shelton will look it up. And Shelton needs to know because he'll go somewhere opposite of where we are.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
no doubt about it.
We never go to lunch with Greg Shelton. Actually, he never goes to lunch with us. You know, he's always a safe bet to invite him somewhere because we know he's going to say no.
Except if we're somewhere like the Rue Pub, then he'll show up and have lunch.
Well, that's true. I mean, look. I mean, when you're going to a place that has great food, you don't have to go somewhere else to go to lunch. Now, there are some places we've gone to and went, oh, food there kind of sucks. So where else can we go before we get there? Right? We honestly have done that. But Rue Pub, we know we're going to meet there early for lunch because it is fantastic. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night. You know, the Rue Pub is the place to go for any big game, any big event, the big UFC fights that are coming up. 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. And, you know, the food is fantastic. The biggest and best wings in town. They've got about 15 different burgers on the menu. Great chicken sandwiches, hot dogs for Joe. Pledge loves their salads, the appetizers. I love the fried shrimp. And that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night. And the best place to watch a game or the big fights on Saturday. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
Want to see Dallas take on Atlanta at AT&T Stadium? AARP is hooking you up. I want winners. Just head to sasportstar.com and register to win a pair of tickets to the Cowboys' final preseason game, Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. Cowboys! It's your chance to catch America's team live before the regular season kicks off. I like this kind of party! From AARP and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Hungry after the game? Hit up Tamalitos Restaurant, home of San Antonio's best weekly specials and legendary Taco Tuesdays. Fresh, loaded, and just $1. Tamalitos. Local flavor, big taste. 2042 South Callahan Road, right across Mission Baseball Stadium.
School's out, summer's in, and that vacation countdown is officially on. But what about your four-legged MVP? Bluebonnet Pumpkin Biscuit in Selma has your furry family member covered. Daycare, boarding, grooming, and training, they've got it all. They're built for your pet's health, happiness, and tail-wagging good times. If you're in the military, your teacher, or your first responder, they've got barking good exclusive discounts. So go ahead, book that trip, hit the beach, crush your summer plans. Bluebonnet Pumpkin Biscuit has your pet in good hands. Because home away from home isn't just for humans. Bluebonnet Pumpkin Biscuits in Selma.
Attention football fans. AARP Texas is teaming up with San Antonio Sports Star for this season's Dallas Cowboys training camp. Enter for your chance to win a pair of preseason tickets or tickets to a home game. Visit sasportsstar.com now to enter for a chance to win. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Brought to you by AARP Texas. Whether you're a diehard fan or just love the excitement of game day, AARP Texas has you covered. Again, just go to sasportsstar.com and enter for a chance to win big with AARP Texas. It's your chance to experience Cowboys football live. Visit sasportsstar.com now.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, just 8 days away from college football. We'll start breaking down the games, and we got a full weekend of NFL preseason and a huge UFC fight coming up. We'll talk about it all and plenty more. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live at Ratama Park, Clubhouse 95. That's where we are. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix is here as well. And well, I tell you what, it is starting to pick up in here. People getting ready for the live racing that's going to take place here. I don't know, about an hour and a half, something like that here at Ratama Park. You got plenty of time to get on down here and have a cold beer with us.
And
that's on the agenda.
And again, last weekend, a quarter horse racing, but Saturday night, the Weenie Dog Racing.
They got an ad right now going on the TV right there. Weenie Dog Races.
Absolutely. And again, Saturday, you got a lot of preseason football and Weenie Dog Races. Let's talk about it all with the General, John McClain, joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. John, you've covered a lot of things in your life. Have you ever covered Weenie Dog Races?
No, and I've never seen a Weenie Dog race either. But it sure sounds interesting.
Well, it should be a lot of fun, John. And if I don't know, if I were to come out here, any advice on how to bet weenie dogs?
Jesus, of course I don't have any advice on how to bet weenie dogs. Aren't they called schnauzers anyway?
I think schnauzers are a completely different breed. It might be a little bit faster. They got longer legs and a mustache.
Weenie dog.
I don't know where Joe was going with that.
I'm not sure.
So, home preseason game coming up this weekend for the Houston Texans, and I know you were overly thrilled about last weekend's game, but ultimately, I mean, you get to this point in training camp, and preseason game number 2 better than when there were 6. Starters aren't going to play, and I imagine for D'Amico, it's going to stay that way this weekend for the Texans, right?
Well, I'll be stunned if they don't play their starters some, because last week they played a few. C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young, if you don't play in this game, I'm assuming they're not going to play in the last one. But they've got a lot of players that still need to play. They need the experience. They're competing for positions, whether it's backup positions or positions on the team. And their offensive line, and boy, I hate to say this, their offensive line has looked pretty good, especially their rookie second-round pick, Ariante Ursery from Minnesota. That kid played left tackle in college. He played right tackle here in the off-season program because Cam Robinson was signed to a one-year deal to be the left tackle. He got hurt. Ursery moved to left tackle. Titus Howard moved from guard to his natural right tackle spot. And those two guys have looked good, but especially Ursery, 6'6", 330, and he knocked some guys on the ground in their practice against Carolina today. And that was the most fun that I've seen because, everybody loves joint practices. The fans are out there. Everybody gets fired up about it. It was a lot of fun to watch them. So I think this will be the most interesting preseason game. And Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud, first and second pick in their drafts 2 years ago, grew up in California as rivals. Now they're good friends. I'm looking forward to see them throw a few passes.
Preseason football, I'm looking forward to it as well. And I like what you said, John, about everybody's competing and they need to get out there and play. Have all the starters been decided? I mean, and I say that because a lot of teams have their starters and guys come in and fill in there. But what about the Texans? Is that pretty much decided in the battles for backup, perhaps?
Joe, I can't think on offense right now. They have 5 offensive linemen they've used the most. Now, injuries have something to do with that, but considering they've done pretty well, like in practice today, they were getting bull rushed and they didn't let anybody get by them. I think the only thing, if Nick Chubb can play running back over Joe Mixon, who's still on the non-football injury list, and we don't know when he's coming off and won't know about his status till they have to get to 53. And if Chubb can play, that's great. If not, they're going to be relying on running backs who are all backups. To me, that, while not as interesting as the offensive line, running back here is still something the coaches have to be worried about. On defense, the only thing they got to worry about is if any more starters get hurt, and the defense looked really good this morning.
As you say that, and for those that aren't aware, the joint practices going on with the Carolina Panthers ahead of the preseason game on Saturday, and the idea of what the Cowboys and Rams did in their joint practice, the Rams did exactly that to the Cowboys in the preseason game. So with what you saw in the practice this morning, do you think you'll see much different in the preseason game on Saturday?
No. I think no good coach is going to show. They want to see players hit, and can they block? Can they rush the quarterback? They're not going to be calling for any stunts. Last year's stunts killed the Texans' offensive line. They acted like they'd never seen them. This year, teams are not doing that. They'll do it in practice, but anybody can pick it up in practice. And on defense, you won't see any exotic blitzes. They like at a joint practice, each offensive coach will tell the other coach, look, can you blitz us? Can you send 6 guys on this play so we can see how our guys react? Now, the guys don't know it's coming, but that's why they like it so much, is they can orchestrate it and see what they need to see, especially with players they need to look at the most.
John McClain joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. John, Brevin Jordan's injury again. It's so sad to see this young man out again, same knee injury. Has that kind of shaken the team up a little bit?
I'll tell you what, Joe, it was a practice that was in their bubble, and he went up at the goal line. I was standing on the goal line on the side. He went up in a group, came down. They knew he came down wrong, so everything got really quiet, and they administered to him. He tried to get up and walk, then he went down, and then they brought the cart out, and then he started screaming like I had never heard anybody in that kind of agony in my 49 years. Now, the fact it was in the bubble made it even louder. The fact that you couldn't hear a pin drop. It was so quiet. And the fact, I think a lot of it was pain, but a lot of it was the frustration of knowing he was going to miss a second consecutive season. And I felt so sorry for him. He's the third tight end, but he has a lot of roles that he plays because he's really like an H-back. And he figures into the passing game. So the playoffs in 2023, in which he looked great, he has not had another chance, and it's his contract year. So hopefully he'll come back like he did this season. But he's been healthy through the off season, so fired up about getting to play, and it was just terrible listening to what he was going through.
You know, and you say that, and you hear that, and every teammate knows. And we've seen so many injuries, you know, the other night in the preseason game that they suspended and you hate to see that. You really hate to hear it, especially when you know contract year, because you know what it means on a personal level, let alone the team. Most fans are just concerned about the team, but you just described the very human element that most fans don't think about when they're making their wagers or picking their fantasy teams.
Yeah, and a guy like Brevin Jordan, some people, well, he's a third tight end. Well, he's a third tight end who was a key part of the offense because of the way they used him, catching the ball down the field, running with the ball every once in a while. He made an effort to block. He was fast, had good hands. Now he's got – the worst injury I can remember was Tank Dell last season. Now, that was in a stadium, so – and I was told that when C.J. Stroud got emotional and people started giving him a hard time about being a wimp, he said, if you saw your best friend on the ground screaming in agony with bones sticking out, if you didn't get emotional, something's wrong. And there were people here giving him a hard time saying he was emotional again and had to be consoled. And he was so emotional on the next play, he threw a 65-yard touchdown pass.
John, you mentioned Joe Mixon a few minutes ago, and I'm really this thing really baffles me, and I'm not sure how the Texans are, how transparent they are when it comes to a guy like Joe Mixon. But when this all happened, I certainly didn't dream that it would carry out this long. Did you? And do the Texans give regular updates on this guy?
First of all, transparent. They can't spell it, so if they can't spell it, they can't pronounce it, and they don't know the meaning of it. They don't tell anybody anything. The Astros got hammered so much by the fans and the media, they started putting out a weekly injury report. The Texans don't tell us anything till they have to when they have to start putting out injury reports, which they do not in preseason. He was injured last year with 2 illegal hip drop tackles, hurt his ankles, cost him 3.5 games. I think he had surgery in the off season. And then he put out videos back when the off season program, they were involved in that, showed him working out like crazy on his own in a facility. And everybody got all fired up about it. And then when they reported for camp, he was on non-football injury, which means he got hurt again, and he wasn't. Usually, if you're working out on your own and you're not at the facility and you get hurt, that's on you because you're supposed to be there. And I don't think that's fair at all. And at some point, you know, we don't know if he's going to be there for the first game, the 5th game, or what. People are assuming he is, but if he's not, and Nick Chubb can't be what he used to, even close to what he used to be, they got a problem.
Which might be a bigger problem than I think most fans, especially Texans fans, were thinking, because part of me thinks, well, they've got the information and they didn't go add another running back, so they must have been pretty comfortable with what they had. But what you're describing, which is obviously worst case scenario, then do you look at management and say, why didn't you prepare for this? I mean, very similar to, as a Cowboy fan, looking at the secondary going, well, I know those guys could be healthy by October, but who's going to cover A.J. Brown in the opener against the Eagles? The Cowboys secondary sounds a lot like the Texans running back room.
Well, they signed Nick Chubb. He passed the physical. They used the 4th-round pick on Woody Marks, who's a great receiver, and has shown he's really good at picking up a blitz. So I would like to think that Woody Marks, we'll see Chubb in this game, and I'd like to see more of Woody Marks because he may have to have some playing time. They don't want to go into the season with Dari Gumbawali as their starter. He's the third string guy who does a lot of stuff and plays special teams, but you don't want him to be the starter. Hopefully Nixon will be back for the season opener. If not, hopefully Nick Chubb will be some, impersonation of what he used to be. And then Woody Marks could be a back who comes off the bench and catch passes.
John, I know you're following this whole Micah Parsons thing very closely, as all of us are. Jerry, again, yesterday.
Something going on with him?
He's under contract, John.
Well, he's under contract, according to Jerry Jones, so there's no reason to do anything.
The most shocking thing that I have seen in everything that's come out about Jerry Jones and the Netflix doc next week, and this just stunned me, and it wasn't the thing about the cancer when he came down here for treatment and Bob McNair set him up to help him stay anonymous, and it was fascinating what went on back then because Bob was battling cancer as well. Unfortunately, he didn't survive, and Jerry took that experimental treatment. But what really stunned me was the part where he said that he likes controversy. That just stunned me.
I think we were all a little shocked by that revelation. The biggest thing, the biggest, honestly, and look, anytime you are a cancer survivor, that is the headline. But the fact that Jerry Jones proved the Dallas Cowboys can actually keep a secret is the biggest thing outside of beating cancer for me out of that. That's really what blew me away. The organization can keep some things quiet for a long time.
I can't figure it out because Bob McNair, I did a huge story on him about his cancer, and he was parking in doctor's spots, using an assumed name, coming in at night for treatment. But he wasn't Jerry Jones. Jerry can't go anywhere on the planet without people knowing who he is. So you're right. That was a total mystery. And if he ever reveals all the things that he went through to get all this anonymous, it's going to make actually a really good story.
I think so, too. You're going to be watching come next Tuesday, aren't you, John? The Jerry Jones show?
Oh, I feel like I already know it now. Things that are interesting to Netflix and their crew, a lot of it's things we already know. I guarantee you the cancer thing, of course, that I can't wait to see if there's anything we don't know. I read the other day that they even were filming back in the Packers playoff game in which they thought Jerry and the Cowboys would win, and then they got humiliated. So this has been going on a while, but I would imagine those like you guys who cover the Cowboys every single day, there's not going to be much left that you don't know.
That's a history lesson for all the kids that weren't born when they were winning Super Bowls.
Back to the glory days.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, VHS days. Man, it's been a while.
Yep. No doubt.
Been a while. The great John McClain. Make sure you follow him on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL. I can tell you nothing better than John McClain in that press box tweeting frustration during a preseason game. John, can't wait to follow your Twitter feed on Saturday at noon. It's going to be entertaining.
Guys, thank you very much as always, and I'll talk to you next week.
Good stuff. The great John McClain on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
John McClain always bringing it, and but he didn't give me any advice on betting weenie dogs, and that's a problem. I need some advice betting weenie dogs. What do you do?
Number 2.
Maybe it's the longest weenie dog. Don't we all wish we could see more wiener? Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll just go with size. Size matters in this case.
I think in all cases, despite what you may have heard.
Perhaps. We're live out of Clubhouse 95, Ratama Park, and you got time to get out here and join us. I tell you what, they're about to have live racing, final weekend of live racing for the season out here at Ratama Park. Make sure you get out here. And again, we mentioned Weenie Dogs. That's taking place on Saturday night out here at Ratama Park. So get out here and get it done. All right, we'll return here in just a moment. This is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Before we go, though, I want to talk to you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. I love talking about Stevens Roofing. They're a great family. It is a family-owned company. It is a local company, and they are absolutely the best in the business. I don't care what you want to say. You want a company that's been here, that deals with the same weather conditions that we all do, right? Whether it's the heat of the summer, the spring storms, sometimes those big cold snaps that we have on occasion. Well, Stevens Roofing and the folks there, they know all about it, and they know what it can do to your roof. It can take a toll on your roof. So Stevens Roofing and Solar is the company you want to remember. The number you want to remember is 210-785-0994. And right now, if you've been putting it off, you've been thinking about getting your roof checked out just to make sure that everything is okay, now's the perfect time to get that done. You give Stevens Roofing a call at 210-785-0994 and tell them you want somebody to come out and inspect your roof. They'll send an experienced team out. They'll check it for free and under no obligation, and they're going to make sure that it's sealed, secured, and energy efficient. They want to make sure you're protected for the long haul. And they'll suggest, hey, everything's great. You got a problem over here in the corner, we can knock that out. Or you might want to start thinking about a new roof. Either way, they're going to give you that peace of mind and give you direction about where you need to go next. Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. You can also visit them online at stevensroofing.net. Give them a call. Get it done. You'll feel a lot better. 210-785-0994.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Golf Classic is back, baby. Get the crew together. Guys, gals, the whole gang. And join us Monday, September 29th at Olympia Hills Golf Club for a laid-back day full of swings, laughs, and little friendly trash talk. It's just $120 per player or $400 for a foursome. A steal for a day on a beautiful course with your buddies. Proceeds benefit the Community Foundation of the Hill Country. But don't worry, this isn't a stuffy tournament. No blazers, no pressure, just cold drinks, good vibes, and unforgettable memories. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and sponsored by Flight by Yingling and PPL Motorhomes. Then, once you've conquered the course, we'll keep the party rolling at the Break Room Bar off Pat Booker Road, where the drinks are cold, the food is hot, and the stories are even better. Get ready to tee off on the best Monday you'll have all year. Grab your spot now at sasportstar.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Bob, do you have a Mike Tyson impersonation?
Sounds like Kitty from South Park.
Who is this?
Truman Capote?
Truman Capote.
That's possibly the worst Mike Tyson impersonation.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants, and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
It's the last weekend of quarter horse racing season at Ratama Park. And every Saturday night, cheer on the Weedy Dogs as they race for big prizes. Nothing beats quarter horse racing when you get playpen rewards with every wager. For all the details, visit ratamapark.com.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack.
but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. You're lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Now is the best time to buy a Connecticut water softener. With current models being closed out to make way for the new ones, you can save big. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you. That's 656-PURE.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems like snoring, aches and pains, hot sleep, or even an old saggy mattress that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now you can upgrade to a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $399.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Guys, it's summertime. Carbox got you covered with summertime beers. Whether it's the Love Street Blonde Kolsch Ale, the Rhubarb, which is their latest Fun Series beer, or a Ziegenbach, Crawford Bach, whatever you're looking for, there's something for everybody's taste in Carbox lineup. Check them out at all your local stores.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday afternoon at 6. The Cowboys are back home from training camp for their second preseason game, taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Pre-game at 5. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Ratama Park.
Live at Ratama. I knew that. I was talking, that's where we're at. Ratama Park. It's Clubhouse 95, too, by the way.
Yeah.
That's where we are. And a lot of folks out here enjoying a little recreation. Is that what we're calling it?
A place to go recreate.
Recreate. Yes, this is a good place to come recreate. They've got quarter horse racing tonight and all weekend, final weekend of the season for Ratama Park for live racing. And, of course, the much anticipated weenie dog race coming up on Saturday night. So make plans for that. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. And, starting to fill up in here, Jason.
On the TV monitors promoting what's going on here at Ratama Park, it is kind of interesting when it says, come see our weenies. Saturday night. Brian Eagle's trying to figure out how to bet on wiener dogs. Because we'll gamble on anything in this country, which is what makes our country great. Although some things are sacred. The Little League tweets out, we feel strongly that there is no place for betting on Little League games. As you know, the Little League World Series going on in Williamsport. And they have an official statement that they have tweeted out less than an hour ago. Blah, blah. So
it's all about integrity, Jason.
Well, all right. But honestly, who's betting on Little League?
You know,
and granted, I say that we're figuring out how do you bet on weenie dogs.
Yeah, but that's different. I mean, even a degenerate gambler like myself has never even thought about gambling on a Little League game.
Well, because you've never seen a line. But if somebody wanted to bet you, so look, I'm not going to be surprised that somebody's laying some money on some Little Leaguers, especially that 24-year-old posing as a 12-year-old from wherever, right? I mean, that guy's got a full beard.
So like the Dominican Republic or Cuba or something, right?
Look, I'm just saying I totally could understand it. But what happened that led to this? Because we know that professional athletes have gotten literal death threats because they cost somebody some money because they bet more than they should. Michael Porter Jr. was on a podcast this week talking about some of the death threats and why some guys could easily influence a game, especially in a prop bet. But we know there have been professional athletes that have literally gotten death threats and harassed because people have lost money on them. So my feeling, I'm guessing, I don't know this, I've just seen this statement. Did somebody lose some money on some 12-year-old and then they threatened the 12-year-old, and that's how we know about it?
Shohei Ohtani. He did it.
No, Shohei's clean. He just hangs out with people that.
Well, his guy from jail is gambling on Little League. I don't know.
I'm just wondering what led to this statement by Little League that you should not bet on Little League.
Well, somebody bet on it. I mean, they have to,
well,
right?
Sure,
so that's what led to it.
I'm sure somebody bet, but they're not going to get mad at that. Did somebody threaten the 12-year-old that cost somebody their rent?
That doofus, he let that ball go right between his legs.
I mean, dude, and you're betting on a 12. You're betting on a 12-year-old, right? I mean, there's degenerate. But if you lost your money, you don't. I'm curious if some kid got threatened.
I don't know, but there's a reason why they put that out in all seriousness, and I don't know. But don't bet on the Little League World Series, okay?
You say that now. You want to bet on it?
No, I really don't. I know nothing about them, but it's kind of the same.
You know nothing about weenie dogs, but you're going to leave some money there.
That's different. That's a novelty. And I'll know nothing about
Little League baseball.
I'll know nothing about what's happening tomorrow night in the NFL preseason either, but chances are there'll be some cash on it, I promise you.
Chances are.
Yeah. It's just I don't bet on Little League. I mean, come on. What's that? On what?
See, now I know Greg Shelton's full of crap because he just challenged. And again,
I'd have to see that $100.
Radio engineer that wants to talk without a microphone, but he's full of crap when he's willing to bet $100. Greg Shelton does not part with $100.
No, he does not. In fact, if he has $100, he's got cobwebs all over it because he hasn't used it in a while.
What are we talking about,
Dude,
Joe?
Come on. Well, I don't know. I'm not getting personal. I'm talking about money. I don't know where you're going, man. Your mind's in the gutter today. It really
says
is.
Come see our weenies right there on the screen. No, but I mean, again, I've seen Greg Shelton trying to make a major purchase that he needs and not want to spend the money because he's cheap.
Well, yeah, he is cheap, yes. There's no question about that. But, that's all right. That's why we love him, right?
I'm being reminded by our friend Gillespie. Remember last year when we were in Las Vegas at Circa Las Vegas this time of year, they would not put the Little League World Series on inside the casino. Remember, because I think there was an area team playing we wanted to watch, and we couldn't watch it because they wouldn't put it on as she brings memory to our memory.
Wow, that's interesting. Dude, I'm just noticing here, and
I know it drives me nuts, but we're live, and that's all we can do.
Yeah.
If you're curious why we're now talking like we're at Jim Nance at the golf course, it's because here at Ratama Park they're doing the national anthem, and I try to be respectful, but I'm not even in a position that I could stand, but it's not loud enough to where we could just play it like if I was at a high school football game. I could just crank the crowd mic and we could all hear it and everybody would understand, but that's not the case here.
I think it's pretty cool. Everybody in here standing for the national anthem.
Well, they should be standing for the national anthem and showing the respect. Well, it's almost over now.
Oh, I know, but when people turn around and look over here, you're the only one sitting.
Well, because I'm working. I mean, you realize people are working and they got to do this.
Well,
and it brings up the question. You just put your hand over your heart.
I did, yes.
That's not. You put your hand over your heart for the Pledge of Allegiance. You stand at attention for the national anthem, unless, of course, you're wearing a hat.
Only if you're military.
If you take your hat off and put it over the heart, you should stand at attention. That used to be the rule, but so many people don't know the rule, they changed it.
Well, dude, I always put my hand over my heart. I always do that.
Well, and again, they changed the rule for that.
Pitch coming up.
But, that's for the Pledge of Allegiance, your hand over your heart.
Well, for me, it's for the national anthem, too. All right? So I'm going to do it. Everybody was doing that. Unless, I used to love watching, and I mean this sincerely, Pop. when he did the national anthem, because he'd stand there at attention. So would David Robinson.
David Robinson.
It was pretty cool to see. Yes, that was awesome. So.
Yep.
That was just. I mean, I'm impressed to see the patriotism here at Ratama Park. That was pretty cool.
That was unexpected.
Yes.
If we knew that was going to happen, we would have planned accordingly.
Yeah. Well, we didn't know.
Instead, we're going to talk about kids and gambling. Tony, you are on the Blitz. What's going on?
Hey, not much, guys. Really kind of a first-time listener and just sort of heard the argument. Appreciate the dark humor regarding threatening 12-year-olds, but I think you guys missed the point. All you got to do is offer Coach Johnny or Coach Jose or Coach Ho Park, a couple $100,000. Sit this kid. Tell that kid to throw balls. Tell that kid he needs to bat left-handed this game. So it's a lot easier to manipulate the game than threatening a kid. You just got to tell the coach, hey, here's $100,000, buddy. Lose the game.
So Tony, because my first thought, because all I've seen is the tweet from the Little League saying don't bet, which makes me wonder what happened. My first thought, because you hear so often about gamblers threatening professional athletes when they lose money on said athlete. My first thought, did somebody threaten a 12-year-old? You're suggesting something that probably is even worse, and that's influencing a coach financially to throw a game. Point shaving, if you will.
That makes a lot more sense, because when you look at when people actually take any action with players, the participants, the players and the teams that have been, come down on, that are betting on games within league, if the money is affected, if we're, changing the line and shifting the odds here, that's what counts. It's all about the dollar bills, not.
Well, that's true. Although, Tony, I'd hope that there'd be no lines and odds.
Well, I have never seen a line or an odd on a Little League baseball game. Now, I'm not saying there's not. I have never seen that. And look, I got to be honest with you. Now, a coach can sit a player if it's a star player.
Sure.
But if you go out to the mound and you're telling a 12-year-old who's trying to, in the Little League World Series, hey, we just need you to walk everybody tonight. I mean, seriously?
Yeah. I
don't know. I just,
it's like Pete Rose never bet against his team.
Yeah, well,
right?
Yeah.
I
don't know.
But so when he didn't bet, you kind of knew.
Well, you can rest assured that Jason and I will not be betting on Little League games. And Little League World Series folks came out with a statement, so hopefully nobody else will either.
And again, I'm reminded of, and she's right, they wouldn't put it on at Circa Las Vegas.
Well, that's interesting. I don't remember that. I'm going to take Lisa's word for it, but and I'm sure she's right. I just
remember we were watching it on your phone. It was
that's
your phone.
Right, because it was
your phone.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. It was who was a Texas team, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Bulverde. That's right.
It was either last year or year before, because there was a whole crowd of us that were watching on your phone.
I think it was 2 years ago. Wasn't
it might have been 2 years ago.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Vegas trips all run together.
They do.
You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We get you ready for the weekend. We call it What's on Tap, and it is brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint. Go to samsburgerjoint.com where you can get your tickets, see their menu, their entire calendar. They've got a lot going on. Tonight, the Joe Panther Band will be out there. Friday night, Stone Tribe, Micah Shalom, and Evening Echoes. Monty Montgomery there on Saturday, Matt Woods on Sunday.
Tonight, if you're headed to the Moody Center, you're probably already headed there. It's Ghost, the Skeletor World Tour 2025. Green Hall tonight, Honky Tonk Thursday with Matt Castillo. Thirsty Horse Saloon has Mario Flores out there tonight. And if you want to laugh, Josh Wolf will try to make you do that at the LOL Comedy Club.
Friday, the first weekend of the Hunter, or the weekend, the opening day of Hunters Extravaganza, brought to you by Texas Trophy Hunters Association. Again, the Blitz live there tomorrow, 2 to 6. Friday night out at Green Hall, Dale Watson. Rockbox has Fire from the Gods. Stable Hall at the Pearl has Sarah Colonna. ACL Live has Charlotte Lawrence with Taylor Beckett. Paper Tiger has sap. Passing strangers are at Pick's Bar.
Always a good time at Pick's Bar when passing strangers are there. Saturday out at Whitewater Amphitheater, Braxton Keith. The Trophy Hunters Association Hunters Extravaganza continues out at Freeman Coliseum. I love this. Greenhall Rattlesnake Milk.
I just want to see what their T-shirts look like.
I bet it's really good. Slade Coulter is out at Floor's Country Store on Saturday night. How about this? The Moody Center, little Jason Aldean. Full throttle tour out there. That'd be a good show, Minix. You got to go.
Yeah, I'm busy.
I'm just saying. Germania Insurance Amphitheater, Live and Collective Soul. Stable Hall at the Pearl. The Texas's DJ Mel is at ACL Live, and Red Jumpsuit Apparatus is at the Paper Tiger.
Foster and Quinn, the law firm, they're playing in Green Hall on Sunday afternoon. Freeman Coliseum, the final day of the Hunters Extravaganza. Moody Center has Miranda Lambert and Parker McCollum. It's a benefit concert for Central Texas Flood Aid.
Nice.
Nick Zamora at Thirsty Horse, and Jerry Debo Smith out at LOL Comedy Club.
And, of course, I'm fast-forwarding to Tuesday night because, well, it's $2 Tuesday. Mission's taking on the Amarillo Sod Poodles.
Yeah, their homestand.
Yeah.
$2 Tuesday brought to you by 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That'll do it for What's on Tap, brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint, online at samsburgerjoint.com. And, of course, Saturday, the Weenie Dog Races will be the headliners here at Ratama Park.
Weenie Dog Racing right here at Ratama Park Saturday night. Place your bets.
Hey,
it ought to be a lot of fun. In all seriousness, man, that's going to be a blast. And, of course, Jason and I are going to be at Freeman Coliseum tomorrow for the Texas Trophy Hunters Extravaganza. We're going to be out there. We'll do the Blitz from 2 to 6. Come on out and see us out there. It is a fascinating deal. I mean, it really is. All the stuff you can see.
We will, and we do it every year. It's tradition. The dude that handles the rattlesnakes is inside the cage with them. We're weenies on the outside of the cage. But they will blow up this massive black balloon. They use a black balloon so you can see the speed. And they piss off a rattlesnake. And then you see how quickly it strikes the balloon and pops it.
Yeah.
And it literally will scare you. I mean, Ryan Eagle saw this last year, and he made some little girly noise.
Whoa. Hey. Dude, I don't like snakes, okay? Don't like snakes at all, but we'll be out there. Come on out and see us tomorrow. You'll be glad you did. That is a fun event. It really is, and it's going on all weekend long. And, of course, right here at Ratama Park, the final weekend of their Quarter Horse Live Racing, that's going on. And then the highlight for me, the Weenie Dogs on Saturday night. The Weenie Dog. I wonder if the odds are out on that yet. I got to see.
Oh, yeah.
They probably are, right?
And go over that machine and get your bets in.
Absolutely. Pledge, you got a show tonight?
Yes, sir.
All right, 1 hour of extra innings with Pledger is coming up next. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning to the Morning Huddle. Rob and AJ will get you started on everything happening in the world of sports. And again, Minix and I are out at Freeman Coliseum. Tomorrow, we get started at 2. Have a great night, everybody.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home.